like every other day. But yeah, let's see. Let's see. I need to tweet one out sometime. I'm not gonna do it this time, but yeah, probably next time. Oh, okay. Let's see. Okay. Wow, bunch of stuff going on in Discord right now is all. Wow, bunch of stuff going on in Discord right now is all. Why is my own stream up over here and not muted? There we go. Hey, oh wait. Oh, okay, that's what Aaron said last time. I see. So I probably should clear my my chat history at some point. I don't know. Anyway, let's see. All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we've been doing some stuff. Got some stuff down here. So at the very end of the stream last time, it was like if you could get up here, you can get here, you can get here, and you can, you know, launch yourself up there with a repulsor. Let's place a repulsor and actually test that. I think I've got a grapple shot up here that I'm gonna move down here and put it right there and switch it to a repulsor. Let's see, repulsor, and then we will try it out. See what it does. See how it works out. Oh, I fixed up this waterfall off stream, so you won't have seen that. But anyone who joins in will not have seen that. So getting up onto the roof is going to be easy with a repulsor anyway. But we just showed a little. That's one of the ways you can do it. And now let's see if this is a. Yeah. No, it is not high enough. Okay. Ooh, I landed back on it. But then I wasted that opportunity to try again. Let's see. Oh no! Ah, okay, just barely didn't fall off. All right. Okay. So we've got. That is pretty high, but I didn't think that would be too high. Oh, that was a bad use of it. Ah, I'm down to one use. Let's see. Nope, not making it. Okay, so in that case, I either need to move this down or move all this up, but I'm thinking that this is all about as good a height as I would like it. So I think I'd have to move this down or add another layer to it. That's a little lower. So I think, though, I want to move this down. And that means moving this down as well. Let's see. Maybe move it over a little bit to make that connect there better. And actually, I could... And then I would probably have another one here that would be associated with how I'm going to make this look good. You know what I mean? Because this edge didn't look very good anyway. I still got to put the rock here to make it look nice. So let's do that. Let's see. Let's find a good... Whoop, that's not the angle I wanted. Here we go. Nope. That's still a little off. Maybe I should let it go through a bit, but I don't know. If I have plant life growing there, then that would look good underneath it. Whoop. You know? If I had these rocks, but then I had like plants on top of it, hiding it, so it's just like a little color shift, like almost like a palette difference underneath it. Yeah, that'd be pretty good. Whenever I come and do whatever I do over here would finish that out a little bit. And I think that like I could put this here, and I can actually set it to be like really wet looking. I can make it especially shiny and almost metallic looking, as long as I make it to where it's only visible on the edge here. And that will look like some of this water is sort of built up on it. But I have a splash down there. I'm going to do another one right here. Like it's hitting this rock and splashing off of it, you know? And then I'm going to set this to shiny. If I go to on, how shiny does it get? Closer, but not quite there. That looks like too shiny. Let's see. That looks pretty good. Pretty wet. So that's pretty good, I think. And then I'm going to get this, bring it up here, put it right next to this rock so that it splashes off the rock. It appears to splash. I've got some weird movement on there. There we go. Much better. There we go. got some splashing off of the rock there. As you can see, the waterfall now actually goes down, splashes off that, and keeps going down. It's a little wider than it, you know, I had to make it that tall. It had to be this wide. But then I just kind of sort of hid that in there. I might make, you know, I could potentially use one of these to like tilt it a little bit to the side. I don't know. I think it kind of looks okay like this. And I was going to put another rock, like if I, just to give you the idea without actually placing the correct rock. But I can like hide parts of it in this rock, so to speak, like this kind of thing. If you like imagine hiding the rest of the waterfall in there, and then I could put more splashes coming off that, which might be look more, you know, even more convincing. And that could also go down farther. Oh, Aaron, hey, my YouTube Kick mobile app has completely shit the bed. Really? You level up to level 1 on YouTube, Aaron. Hello, Mr. Beetle. How's it going? I still haven't built the beetle yet, but I'm gonna. Eventually. I've got the little pedestals just sitting there waiting. And I might change them before I actually go ahead and build it, but yeah. I feel like if I'm gonna put the beetle, I also need to put some kind of remnant of beetle from Legend of Zelda in here somewhere, just as a hint of him, you know what I mean? Just as an added bonus. Let's see. Let's put this in here too. I would like to get, where's the, one of these sides is like a, there it is, the notch. That's what I want. I want that notch over here. On kicks, working, never mind. Oh, cool. Good, yes, exactly. I don't know if that's how you were saying it, but good, yes. Is how I imagine you saying that. Let's see. Okay, this is too tall. Need to cut it a little bit shorter, so it can kind of be there. Okay, so this is sort of like a little stepping stone area, so you can actually clamber your way up. You're going to bed already, Aaron? Oh man, but you just joined in. You just joined in. You have Discord? Oh, cool. You should. Did you join my Discord yet? I should drop a link to my Discord. I haven't done that in forever. And my YouTube videos, I haven't been updating with all the description and everything like that. I really need to. I actually have to. I have to go to a whole page over 30 videos back before I find like the Ripshade videos where I had like named them all and actually have a Discord link that's set up in there. So here it is. Here is my Discord. I'll post it to chat here on YouTube. That should post it. And then I'm also going to post it into chat on Kick. So it's going to show up on screen twice in the stream. But yeah, don't have link. Okay, that link should work. I can also go to my current live video, right? Wherever, let's see, and then add it to the description of my current one, just in case. Let's see, where do I find that actually? Live? It's not in there. Okay, I gotta go to my channel apparently. I have to click on the Your Channel section, and then like I'm visiting my own channel, and then it'll pop up at the top. And good, it's already muted. Good, good. And then maybe here I can edit the edit video. There it is. It does occur to me that this might mess up Restream, so I really hope it doesn't. But there we go, adding it to the description of the video itself as well. So maybe that doesn't mess anything up and we're all good. Let me know if the Restream suddenly dies. But yeah. I mean, I guess you'll let me know anyway, because you'll say, oh no, the stream died. But yeah, let's see. And then I can go back to... How do you get to... Oh, I'm in YouTube Studio. Oh, okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, there we go. Oh, now it's showing up in YouTube Studio as a live video at the top. That's weird. I don't know why it didn't show up before. But anyway, yeah, it's there. Yeah, I wanted to go to bed 2 hours ago. Ah, yeah. You're just waiting until I come on, and then you're gonna leave the video on or something? Is that why you're hanging, like waiting to hang out and stuff? Well, I hope that you have a good night. Good night's sleep. Get some rest. Okay, I just fell. All right, I'm just gonna use the repulsor to get up onto this thing, and then I'm gonna use the repulsor again once it cools off. Oh no! Now you hit the rock there. It's a little bit. Pokes out a little too far. I think I might need to either bring this one in and down to make it less prominent. And then also maybe shorter. Nope, the other way. There we go. And then that will allow me to put this a little bit more of an angle, not that far. And in. Nope, not that angle. There we go, and kind of get that hook shape rock in there. So give it that curve if I can. And then that should be pretty prominent without being too prominent so that the repulsor let me up there. Okay. Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. This is weird. Oh, no, there it goes. Okay, never mind. I'm seeing it now. Alright, there we go. My Discord also will let you know whenever I go live and all that kind of stuff. If you want some kind of reminder, it'll let you know. Or you can mute it if you feel like it, but yeah. Let's see. And all that kind of stuff. Woo! There we go. Okay, so this is working. Can I clamber up that? Ooh, that's still too high. I didn't expect that to be too high. I thought I had actually measured that well, which means... Ooh, I might need a third one. Which... I should actually hop myself up... Put myself here and... Yeah, there we go. Can I get up from here? Not in a good way. I bet I could, do something about my jumping to, like, actually make that, but I don't know if I like that. I actually would like to make it to where it looks like... Right now, there's a bit of a curve here, right? But I kind of want it to curve and then have, like, a notch taken out of it. To make it feel like a path. You know what I mean? Like, if this was further over here and tilted a bit, sort of give you, like, this clue. Like, I have these tilted in a way that they went into each other very nicely, but, like, I think I want to adjust them a little differently. Let's see. Maybe it's a matter of shrinking it a bit. Oof, alarm's about to go off. Don't want that to happen. Let's see. Maybe a rock path? What do you guys think? Not like a stacked rock path, but like how I have it right there. How, like, let's see. You joined? Oh, cool. Nice. Welcome to the Discord. I'm obviously not in there right now to welcome you in the Discord, but yeah. But welcome to the Discord. Let's see. Let's go this way. And I sometimes will miss chat in there for a couple of, like, hours, so sorry about that. It's the kids that keep me from paying as much attention to things as I would like sometimes. But yeah. You know, the water is now hitting here, too. This rock is starting to protrude a lot instead of being quite as angled as it used to be. It used to, like, sort of dodge the water a bit. But from the inside, it's actually hitting it. So I think I either need the splash to be over there, or I need to rearrange this a bit. This might need to come in a little bit. And this one as well. And then I can bring this a little bit like... That doesn't look bad. The edges are a little rough, but that, like I said, if I put plants there, it won't be a big deal. And then there's sort of starting to be a path here. So this is where I still need to adjust some stuff to sort of get the effect I was trying to go for. But effectively, if this is lower, right? And then I add, or actually, here. Okay, I need to bring this out a lot more over here. Okay, let's see. Alright. Yeah, I don't advertise the Discord enough. Like, there hasn't been, like, a new person to join in a while because I just haven't been mentioning it, like, at all on stream or giving proper updates on, like, on the YouTube videos, you know? I haven't been, like, including a link to it properly or anything like that, and it's just been really, poorly advertised, I would say, basically, where I'm kind of dropping the ball on that front. But But, you know, it's there, and anybody who wants to come and join in can do so. And it was really active back before Ocom started started streaming himself, and what do you call it? And started his own Discord for it. So he ended up being less active in my Discord. And he was back whenever he was in there being really active. Everyone was really active. It was a lot more active too. So, but it's kind of sort of reduced since then. That's all. It's still there, still active, just less. Let's see. I think this one needs to be significantly smaller in both directions. So it has a very nice vertical edge on this side. And then I want those scrapes. Either the 3D shape bumps in it need to be angled toward this direction, or the lines in it need to be. So I think I'll try the 3D scrapes first. The 3D shapes. Actually, that's not bad. Having it slope down like that. What if I did that? Let's see. But not as much. Like that was a little happy little accident discovery, you know what I mean? I like this, but I don't like the way that that's gonna create a bump, I think. Let's see. Ooh, no, that's really weirdly not bumpy. It feels like it should be, but it's not, so I think I need to adjust it vertically. I think it's just too tall. Yeah, this is like a column. Okay, there we go. That's gonna be a little better. It's still got the, okay, it's still got like the bumpy sort of lines in it, but they're kind of more muted. There we go. Let's see if this is the right way to go. So like going this way will sort of guide you toward this kind of Oh, you know what? I can put the like the debris, like the rocky sort of, what do you call it? The UNSC section called debris. There's like that little, and then that'll smooth that out. Then I need to adjust this one now because it's now a little bit. Having it kind of slope up that way is pretty cool. I might make it a little bit more subtle though. This way. There we go. Make that a little bit wider there. Make the other side a little bit more subtle. Stretch it out a little bit like that. And then we've got ourselves what looks like a sort of guided path that you might take to go find this thing. But also, it should clamber right up. So you'll know, so that route will sort of lead you there, but once you're here, you can either go out or you can come this way and sort of go up here, but this needs to all be adjusted. Like, that's probably all that needs. And then that should, I feel like this should be more this way. Exactly where it should be is the question. I just wanted to sort of, I would like, ideally that point would be there, you know what I mean? So that I could, so that way it feels like a path that goes up and over. So I think I'm gonna adjust a little bit of the scaling of this to get that, keep this area still this like cool little angle here, but at the same time reduce. Oop, I got the vertical by accident. I was adjusting verticality at the same time. Okay, so now it feels like a really tight little cliff side, you know, ledge, and it comes up around and you can sort of attack the base from that direction. So I kind of like that. It creates a little guided path for on foot, and it has a jump up area as well. That's pretty cool. That doesn't look terrible. It'll look much better once if I put like plant life there. It looks pretty good. Let's see. This looks a little rough here. I think I need to tilt this that direction. Let's see how that looks everywhere else. Oof, created that. Okay, so what if I just tilt it back this way and then go down? Like that. Ooh, now it's all rock over here. Well, that didn't work out too well. Let's see. I think this maybe can become shorter. What do you guys think? Will this become... Yeah, that's doing what I thought it would do. It's less prominent overall as I make it shorter and shorter. I don't want it to lose its entire existence, you know? Like right around there might work. It's got a few rocks over here added in because of it. They kind of look okay because they're like just rocks poking through. This is still a fairly smooth part. Let's do it like, yeah, I guess like that looks good. Okay, that's probably good. Now this one still needs to be readjusted because everything else was adjusted. And I know I realize I have started arting in the middle of blocking out again. Like I always do, I ended up accidentally starting to art in the middle of my block out. But yeah, basically it's looking much nicer. I think terrain you kind of need to do that a little bit with. Like the natural terrain, I mean. Let's see, this is pretty good. I don't like that too much, but that is something that happens in real life. Man, you know what? Actually, if they add in AI, I could make a space gopher spawn right here, you know? If the space gophers are something that comes with the campaign AI, that'll be great. You have a little space gopher come out of that hole and crawl around on that little platform. That's what I'll do. Alright, how did all of this turn out down here? Yeah, it looks really good. I like that. Is someone talking to me through the door? Oh no, they're just playing in the hallway. Outside the door. Okay, so this is gonna be a Cobra team. Because, you know, they're typically red. Even though Cobra's technically not actually red anymore. I'm still setting it to Cobra team. I think it'd be really cool if somehow you could go into your settings and, you know, the color... Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Whoops. You know, with the, let's see, Cobra. The, if whenever you went into your settings and you set your color for your teams, right? If you could set it to where you actually set a color for Cobra or Eagle, you know what I mean? Excuse me. Like if it actually set the color for Cobra versus Eagle instead of being, you know, the other one, that would be pretty cool. I think. That's just my thinking, though. So this is going to... The idea of this is that it protects the doorway to the sacred area with the Forerunner inside. But we were reducing Forerunner. I think the Forerunner cave might be okay, but if we're going to reduce the Forerunner stuff, then I'm going to have to rebuild and rethink how I'm doing all of this. I mean, I can adjust this to look like stone and stuff like that. And change up the, you know, and make it look like a Yoroi, like, high-tech temple area and stuff like that. But, or I could just literally make the inside of that cave be the only Forerunner area. But, we did replace the entire water wheel with a wooden one, now that we figured out how to do that. How to put a good water... There's a good new Mombasa wood texture, and that worked out really nicely yesterday. But yeah. Okay, so what I'm saying is we've got like this area, this half is as close to blocked out as I need it to be to like put slap teams on it and let them spawn. But this side is completely bare. I mean, not literally, there's a little bit of stuff over here, but it is practically completely bare. So what we need to do is I'm going to use this stuff as sort of a rough guide to block out the other half by grabbing it all and sort of flipping it around and snapping it to the same place on the other side. Then we're going to go from there. But it's not going to look like this at all. That's why I'm not really going to worry about grabbing everything, because it's going to be a castle portion instead of a sort of the shrine style. Like a pagoda, like a Japanese castle. Let's see. Alright, so if I bring it over here... Okay, I don't want to... Actually, let me undo that snap that it just did, because it made it lower than it was supposed to be. So if I bring it over here, and find out the actual location of this, and yeah, it's going to be off by 4. But because these are, I think they're 4 thick. No, they're 2. They're 2 thick. That's right. So grab this one, slap it into here. What? Discord. Why did it not copy it? Okay, try that again. Control C. Control V. But positive. Okay, and then we need to... Do we need to add or subtract? That's the question. Let's see. It's on the outside. Oh no, we turned it around, so it actually would be exactly right. Oh, okay, yeah, never mind, we're good. That's exactly where it is on the other side, just across from the middle. So that's a good guide for roughly where it's gonna be. And then now we gotta come up with a good way of making basically the same thing but mirrored, which, you know, I don't want to just literally make it identical, because, like I said, this side's gonna be a castle. So I might end up like putting curved walls here instead of diagonal, because over there it's gonna be like wooden paneling, kind of sort of.
Hey, there's another one.
Hey, I got a subscription on YouTube. That's awesome. Let's see, and yeah. So the point is that it'll be more curved around these sorts of things. What I was thinking was like this is all curvature and curved. Basically, everything's kind of like rounded columns over here. And then it's going to come up to up here. I kind of feel like building out this to give an idea of what this stuff underneath is going to look like instead of building down here. But at least having this here is going to be good for the block out, because that means I can also... I feel like I should actually do this and flip it around and then snap this into that one. Because, let's see if I just put it right on top of it. Should find a snap that will put them on top of each other exactly, and then that will get me this located pretty close to the right. Oh, I didn't. Right, I gotta get left to right lined up too, which I did not do. Oh, and it's tilted the other way. Okay, hold on. I've got to go. I don't even know how to get. Okay, 175, right? So it means I gotta tilt by 5s. And go 5 twice that way. That should roughly keep them both angled roughly to up toward the direction the same. All this needs to be copied over with the big old temple temple door. I don't know if I should... Do y'all think I should copy this exactly over there? Or do y'all think I should make a different style door over there? I'm actually kind of torn about that. But I like it a lot, and I think it would work out really well over there. Because this is separate. This is like part of the shrine to what's inside the mountain. But yeah. Let's see. Gotta bring this down here too. Use it to measure. Put this at 0 again. And then I can use it as a guide. I need to get it up out of the way, actually. So yeah, I think that if I grab all this stuff and start building it out over there, it'll make this... I know this floor, by the way. This floor is exactly the right height as this floor, and is like mirrored precisely. So I know that those two bases are basically, you know, lined up correctly and located correctly. But obviously the ground is completely wrong over here leading into it. And what I was gonna say was that I'm really tempted to just do the castle up here now, and I think I might have to do that now. Yeah. So the idea is with the castle, let's duplicate this real quick. The idea is that there's like gonna be a castle up here built. See how long until the map is finished. It might, let's see, might end up total taking like... I'm not sure, to be honest. I mean, okay, wait, real quick. I can see really quick. When is this Forge Hub contest due? That is redacted. That was not the Forge Hub contest. Battlegrounds for 12v12 Big Team Battle contest. The due date is November. It's the 25th of November. So it's got to be done by then, but that's a long way off, obviously. They're giving us plenty of time because it's big team battle. Yeah, that's like 4 months. That's a lot of time. And 2 submissions allowed per person. Let's see. Alright, so I've got that much time to finish it, but I'm thinking that I'm going to have a playable block out that, like, you know, that you can, for example, decide to go into custom games browser with it if you feel like trying it out. Probably in the next, like, within a week, probably. I mean, I'm basically copying over now, and I do have to figure out how I'm going to restructure it over here, but it's mostly to mimic that, you know what I mean? So it's kind of, I think it'll be pretty soon that maybe a week or 2, I'll say, or 2. But yeah, like a week or 2 for the block out, and then it'll probably be ready to try. I guess I'm not factoring in the time it'll take to place weapons and spawns and stuff, but if I just do spawns and respawn points, then you could play Fiesta on it right away, and then you could try with weapons later on after I get the actual locations of the weapons like locked in. But okay, I want this all. I guess I can adjust the height of these to match. You know what I mean? Like, if I make that cone, that cup portion taller for this, a little bit taller, and then these a little bit taller, it'll look like they're roughly the same size, roughly like the same proportionally to each other, but then one of them will be slightly taller, which will allow me to put these floors at the same height. But I do have to figure out how tall that is compared to that side. I don't want to make this thing so tall that it's disproportionately higher than over here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab this, put it over here, check the height of roughly where this is. Okay, so right around there is the structure over there, you know, right above the other base. So if I grab that one Z and I put it over here, so I guess my answer is sort of a non-answer, but also, yeah, no, soonish, in the next week or 2 I'll have a block out. And then after that, it'll take probably, Waterworks took me 3 months, where almost an entire month I was not working on it at all because we had to move, and then I had no internet, and like I had to our internet was so spotty because of a glitch in their hardware outside our house, that basically when I tried to use it, it was just, you know, just killing it. It was just like it was just causing like corruption in my saves and stuff like that whenever I tried to save my maps, and that was no good. So, but anyway, okay, so this is the height I need, and this is still that gigantic, you know, a really big eroded terrain, which means it's got areas like this. So it's not at all ready to go. I've got to replace this piece with some better stuff. Over here, I have one of these set up for this more natural-looking flow to lead into an older-looking building. But the castle side, they'd probably tame the environment around them a lot more, so it'd look a lot less. The bumpiness is going to be from rubble, from the castle collapsing, is what I'm trying to say. But I also want to have this outer wall kind of thing, but over here it's going to be part of the castle itself. So large castle structures with like closed windows and closed doors, you know, that kind of thing, or like rubble all over the windows and doors. So I need to find to do that. Let's see. I like keep on starting to answer your question and then starting to obsess over the map design and then doing it again and again. So I'm sorry if I didn't fully answer your question properly, but hopefully I did. Hopefully I got there eventually. Okay, so let's get some like Japanese style castles. I don't need any of these bridge ones anymore. Let's see. By the way, I got this one, which shows the different kinds of torii gates, and I don't know what these are. I need to look up what they're talking about here. But whenever I rebuild the torii gate, I'm going to use one of these that makes sense for the area. You know? So yeah, oh, here's one that's like way more detailed. Yeah. There we go. Or wait, are these just... Oh, wait, are these actually locations? Or are these different kinds? Anyway, yeah, point is, I'm going to use that. I'm going to use one of these for that. Let me find the castles. The actual castles. Here's the actual Pinterest. Let's just scroll down and find some. Because I have some in here saved off. Like, here's one, for example, of how they do this very square castle style, which will be really easy to reproduce. I have this one up somewhere else. Sorry, having like a dry mouth situation. Should have brought some water in here. All I had was root beer, and that is not going to make me, that's not going to save me from being parched. Let's see, here's a good pagoda style for the wall. To go up into a square shape. This is a big one. It's a drawn one, but it's you know, it's very good. It's very cool looking. Gives us some like shapes to go off of, some shape language. This is Tibetan, by the way. This one is, I'm liking the way that these look, so I'm probably going to use them. Similar down here, but we're gonna try that out. But let's see. Sorry, I know I'm just kind of scrolling, but there is a particular look that I had saved off in here that I'm trying to find. Some of the earlier ones, these are really cool looking. I think if I did this from a distance, like really far away, I could do that, and that might look really cool. Let's see. Good castles. These are really cool archways. I might end up pulling from that a little. And this as well. Alright, I either passed it up or it was one of the ones I already grabbed and I just was thinking wrong. I like this thing. I might find a way to work this in or put this into a later map. The way they did this, I looked at it, immediately saw like how to pull this off with curves and stuff like that, and so I was like, okay, I got to do something like this at some point. And I saved it off, really hoping to use that sometime. But let's see. I think I'm just gonna go with, like, this is not the full image. Why is this not loading the whole image? Like, whenever I saw the pin showed a much taller tower. Okay, I don't know where we are here now. The pin had a much taller tower in the image, and then I click on it, and it's the shorter one. The shorter image of it. Or I thought it was. Is it this one? Wasn't it? Didn't it have a taller image? I don't know. Now I'm losing it. I feel like I'm going crazy. Like, I could have sworn this had like a full tower look to it. But maybe I just didn't click on that one and it was up here somewhere. I don't know. I don't know. Am I losing it, guys? Am I losing it? Did y'all see it? I feel like it was. Anyway, I do have some of these other ones already open. Oh, there was this one too. That one had a cool look to it with the big archway like that. Very cool. Yeah, there's one. There's one. Some good, squared off areas. Oh, here's one of them. Did I just not pin this one? I never saved it to the board. I just had it open in a tab. That's why I never could find it. What about this one? Same? Why is it not doing it? Ah, gonna have to refresh it. There we go. If this one's not in there already, it might have been. But this is a part of a design for a gateway that I was gonna pull from. But the point is, yeah, this one here. This is the one I was looking for, with all the castles, with the round pieces and the square pieces and all that kind of stuff, and how cool it's gonna be. Like, this might be the kind of shape I pull from for the large portion that's sort of, or maybe that coming out. Let me explain what I mean by that. If this was sort of coming out in the same direction, like if you saw it from here, they'd be coming out this way to sort of be like this rock that's coming out, and it basically is going to serve very similar purpose to this large stone piece, is what I had in mind. So, actually I could literally just turn this on its side. Well, it's 4 pieces. Let's not use 4 pieces for wall pieces. Excuse me. Alright, so if I come over here, I do walls. Or I could do the really big castle. Just show you what I'm talking about. That one? What if I did that one? And it was like these big sheer walls of the gate, and the gate's just closed. You know what I mean? It's got these windows overlooking it, and you're playing over past it over here, but this is the big old thing that's like that rock on the opposite side. That would be really dope. Let's see. In which case, it's got slanted walls. Very interesting. To really pull that off, I'd need slanted walls. But it also would be... it'd be longer than it is wide, so it actually will communicate a completely different shape in the end. So maybe I should focus on one of the longer ones. But anyway, the point is, it needs to be this tall. So I'm just going to use this as a scaling thing real quick. I'll just copy this and drag it over. It does have a sloped outer wall though to it. This piece already does. So if I go like that, right? I would just also slope the inner wall instead of having it completely sloped on the inside. Yeah, anyway. Okay, alright. So, I know I'm mumbling to myself. I'm probably losing viewers from it, but you know. Let's see now. That is protruding. Yeah, okay. Yeah, alright. I'm gonna move on. Let's move on. Let's get ourselves some walls. Place ourselves down. Some wall cube standard. I could do that. I might just go with the flat walls though. I'm gonna go with the wall standard B because it's nice and thick. And we are going to tilt it. Is it a 5-degree tilt? It's a very subtle tilt on these castles in the map right now. In the pictures I've got. Maybe 10 degrees. Yeah, that looks right. And I could just copy them over and over again, but I think I'm actually going to like make the entire wall, but I think I'm just going to make it tall. I'm going to figure out how tall that is. We're going to go to 60. And then I'm going to use multiple of these. Why did it go that way? I'll copy those. Okay. So that'll go up like that, and then I can come straight up out of it there. And I can do this exact same thing on the other side. And then we will snap it to there. And then move it this way. Did it just move? Hold on. I'm trying to just lock it in on the x-axis, please. Yeah, we're moving on both axes. Why is it doing that? Yeah, there we go. Now it's moving on the y. It's not moving on the y-axis anymore. Okay. So from below, we're going to have these columns supporting it. You can kind of see where they're going to be located off that. I think that they're going to... Let me go ahead and... They are lower. That might be right to do. You know? They're a little bit lower. Might be even better to put them even lower than that and put them under the floor of it. But I know that that's the floor of how high we need to get. but I'm gonna have a lower area and a higher area and probably a staircase there. A big, like, stone. Oh, hey, Ripshade, how's it going? Did you get to forge it all today yourself? I'm making the other half. Look, it's basically done over here, Ripshade. We have half the map basically done for the block out. It's functionally done. This is obviously still looking Forerunner here, but... you weren't here for last stream, actually, I don't think. Were you, or were you not? Whenever Aaron finally convinced me to make it less Forerunner and more, you know, Tenrai? No, not yet, unfortunately. That's okay, I mean, you know, you'll get to stream a little bit today, I'm sure, at some point. Aaron finally broke me down and convinced me to go full Tenrai, basically, with the map. So I've kind of, look, I'll show you. The water wheel. The water wheel is now made of wood. It's got the spiritual red paint, you know, like the, and all shiny to make it look like it's wet. Red paint for the, it's not done, by the way. This isn't final art. It's just was screwing around with some stuff. For, you know, like the red paint that they use for torii gates and, you know, bridges. Like the spiritual red paint that they use. And then it's got like a different team color, you know, the red versus blue, and then of course green and yellow were the other two teams in your in a 4-team match. And basically, yeah, so I've got that going on where I've kind of switched that. And remember, the main reason I was keeping this Forerunner in the first place, the reason I had to have Forerunner before, was because this object was the only one that would work for this wheel, and I couldn't get it to not look wooden, right? You were here for that stuff? Okay, yeah, that's right, Chad. What am I talking about? Yeah, this was your suggestion. I need to, I feel like I need to adjust them still. Like, I like them, but I feel like they're just like, there's little things like that gap right there that makes them not look right. But as soon as I clear that up, yeah. So of course, duh, what am I thinking? Yeah. I couldn't remember very well, apparently. But yeah, oh, I think my music just died. Not my stream, but my music did. Wait, is it playing? Thought I heard something subtle start to play for a second there. Nope, it wasn't playing. Okay, anyway, yeah, duh, I'm so dumb. Sometimes I'm real dumb. But yeah. There we go. And then, so what we're doing here is, this is going to be a building, castle, right? Try a cone, that's pretty flat, maybe for that weird gap. Which weird gap? Oh, yeah, no, I might do that. I might just scale this up, though. I feel like I just need to center this, because look, it's not it's touching over here, but it's not over here. I think I just made it sloppy. And I just need to make a few adjustments, and then whenever I do, it'll feel a lot better. Yeah, I think that's all it really needs, is some like adjustments is all. In other words, it looks like a block out, not like a final art, is what I'm saying, even though we were kind of arting it at the time. Okay, so this, here, let me fill you in on this, we were just looking at it. Wait, oh, that's not right, here we go. Alright, so this is the inspirational piece, right? I like this structure where it's like comes up at a slope and then goes up, and I was thinking about using that sort of to represent, to like sort of replace the large rock boulder on the natural, on the spiritual, you know, wooden structure's natural side, so that this side, which is going to look more like a castle, is going to have all this like, it won't be accessible. It'll be the equivalent of a castle. I mean, of that sort of section, right? But it won't be the actual like section, you know. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I can snap this here. It'd probably be for the best. Are you gonna let me snap it? Wow, I got that width almost down pat. That's crazy. Oh, wait, it's gotta be that side, right? Yeah, there we go. So there'll probably be like a destroyed... Let's see, oh, I thought it was like that all the way around. Yeah, no, and I think it's just like sloppiness. It's just me being terrible at Forge, that's all. Please let me run along a big tree over a gap. On this map here? That would be kind of cool. What I was thinking about doing, by the way, is, so this thing's here, right, and there's this rooftop here that you can sort of climb onto. I was thinking about making, like, similar to how you can just sort of, you can kind of hop onto this ruined roof, and then use it, and you can hide back here from people over there, and you can kind of do some stuff, you can kind of combat over there. this side has that nice like roof there. I was thinking about putting a door here and putting like a sort of like sort of a staircase coming down to a like balcony that's connected to this part. It sort of wraps around and connects into it. And if that's going to be like, but it's all going to be ruined so that it's you have to jump across onto it similar to that side. So in the end, it's going to be very similar but not identical. And it's going to make, I think the two sides will be, if I can get them, you know, close enough to equivalent, then it'll work out very nicely. You know, if I do, let's see, I'm just going to snap this to there. So if I do, actually, you know what? Let's make this a staircase. A little block out of a staircase. I'm just going to go like 10 down. Maybe 15 degrees. Yeah, that'll be good. I know a lot of, actually, you know what? Staircases are usually 20 or 25 degrees in Halo. Like here, like I'll show you. These over here are like the default Halo, you know, slope. If this is the correct, then they're 25. But I think they're, let's see. Yeah, it looks about right. It's not exactly right, but if you go with 25 degrees, you basically end up with this staircase here. It'll, you know, it's actually more like 26 degrees, I guess. But yeah, that staircase, which you can't change the angle, the slope of these staircases, unless you just like tilt them like that thing. You're gonna go? Oh, okay. Well, I'll catch you later, Mr. Beetle. So yeah, 25 degrees is basically a good way to, a good setting for your stairs if you want to, I think they're like 26.5 or something weird. Yeah, exactly. So that's, it's a little weird, but yeah. So if, right, need to adjust all mine on my map, lol. Yeah, that's just to make it to where you can use these very easily, you know what I mean? Okay, so I figure that if I make the walkway come out, right? And then I make it to where the path, it's like a platform with like this, right? Maybe if I do this and make the wooden staircase be here or whatever, but like a ruined one or something, maybe here, so that it's kind of like this in a way. Then in the end, you'll have something to hide behind, the same way you can hide behind that side. And you'll be higher than that side, so if I give you less cover from the side, but you have the height advantage here, that might come out as a positive design choice. I don't know, what do you think? Let's see, hold on, I think I did that too low anyway. This has got to be on that level. You see what I mean? So like, it's got like cover that you can hide behind, and then you can fight over there, but maybe it's not, you know, quite as equivalent. I don't know, hard to say. But the point is, this is like all that remains of it kind of thing. Maybe one more out like that. And then make it to where it looks like it's like ruined wood or something like that that's connected over to this platform. Which is not the final platform either, because this is just a gigantic... Like, these are much nicer looking, and they're different sizes and stuff. So, yeah. This being so much higher, by the way, means that... Well, no, I need to make those floors come over here as well. There might be another... This whole tower here will be coming up. Maybe it'll be connected to how this thing is still intact, or whatever, versus, like, the destroyed side over here. But yeah, something like that. And this... Oh, I should not be rotating by 5 degrees. That's so slow. Okay. Let's see. And it's also imprecise, because I gotta get it exactly right. Okay. So we're getting... What the heck? No, that's not right. It should be up here snapped. There we go. So this is our block out of this gigantic building that's gonna be here. It's huge. And it's still not tall enough. I still gotta put like a rooftop on it. I think I might put like a balcony up here. Let's see. How about just slap this up here? Just slapdash this on here. Sort of just do this and go with it. Wait, hold on. I want to put that on the inner part if I'm going to do it. I don't know, maybe that's too wide. Yeah, it's way too wide. Can't use that one. But okay, let's just go ahead and grab one of those floor pieces. Is this all broken apart, or is it still prefab? Good, it is. Okay, cool. So if I just grab one of these floor pieces, this is the really big floor piece, the quadruple size one, it says. It's named. And actually, it matches pretty close to filling in that hole. So then to put a balcony on there, I just copy this and snap that onto that one and go all the way around it, and that'll give me a nice little balcony size for a block out. That's good. That works. Let's see. Did you see what I was kind of doing to the middle? And did you think the one route I was messing with is weird because I made it a one-way, lol. Yeah, no, I like that. I like that a lot. You might actually be surprised to find out that I was starting to copy over your map earlier today. I was planning to do more of it, but I got so distracted this morning I just couldn't do it. I tried. Let's see. Okay. That's not what I want. Go this way. Gosh, keep going this way, please. So confused. It's so confused. We'll just do it this way. Hold it down, and then go that way. Okay. Did you see? Yeah. So if you go check out your map, it'll actually, you'll notice that kind of cool. It's kind of cool. This area is all going to be like, it's going to block you from, like, being up here. It's going to be a soft kill though. You did? Hey, was it difficult? Was it difficult like Redacted? No, it wasn't actually. I think you did a really good job of, keeping it pretty solid for now. Which I know that the underground is going to be the hardest thing on this one. Because it's not mirrored. It's going to be all unique stuff. Actually, that'll be pretty easy for you, I think, because you'll just be blocking out as you go, and you'll just feel it out. You won't have to worry about all the that other stuff. Now that I think about it, I don't know why I was thinking. Oh no, let's not go by 5 degrees again. Let's do it fast and easy. Let's see. Okay, so I do need to get. I think I want this to maybe keep going. But anyway, this area is going to be the broken floor section that allows you to drop down onto that castle. So, let's see. Yeah, the bottom will be more organic. Exactly. Yeah. You know what I could do? I had this earlier like this. To get the height, I did this a minute ago. But I am going to go get the, what is it? The Y value, I think it is. By bringing this over here. And I'm going to put this right... Let's snap this in like right there. And then that'll be like... Or, no, snap it in over here. So tell me how far over the edge of the building is, you know what I mean? That drops straight down onto the map. That way I can like, and then, oh, wow. Look at that. The building itself lines up with the grid there. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, cool. That's gonna be really nice. This one, Control C. I basically want that to be roughly equivalent, and then I'm going to use it as a guide. What is... It's very different. What? Wow, I'm way off. What? Are you kidding me? There's no way. Oh, I'm dumb. I'm being dumb. Alright, let's see, man. Okay, yeah, the bottom will be more organic. Man, making it look abandoned is going to be crazy. Do you think the ODST City Gates area is getting too complicated? Let's see, the ODST City Gates area. Oh no, I don't think it is. I think it's perfect. I'm liking that a lot, and I think it's gonna look great. There we go. Okay, now I get my Y value. So it's supposed to be farther that way. I didn't turn it around, so my origin point was wrong. That's what I was telling you about with the other stuff, is that you gotta make sure your origin point is... Like, that is my origin point. That's the middle of that cube. That's the blue one, you know, the blue outline. Of this prefab. That origin point needed to be on the far outside if I wanted this direction, this Y angle direction, to match up. It needed to be on the outside on both of them, but I didn't flip this one around the first time. So now it is, so it's on the outside. And because I'm not worrying about this direction, you know, the X-axis, I was only doing the Y-axis. It doesn't matter if that's over there. If I was doing the X-axis, I'd need it to be over there. And so then it would be like, well, then I need to figure out if I need the Z-axis if that's the case. So then I would flip it over, and then so that the X would be on over on that side. You know what I mean? I'd flip it over this way so that X would be on that side now, if I needed the X and the Y. But I already set up the Z-axis earlier, and then all I needed was the Y-axis after that, because I know this way is fine. Would it be weird to have weapons on the gates looking towards the city, like protecting the civilians, lasing through, or is that weird? That actually sounds pretty cool. Why is this not lined up? What is going on here? Oh, wait, what? There is that weird gap. Oh, okay. Wait, I'm dumb. Something did not line up correctly before, I think. And I thought it did. There we go. Now it's lined up correctly. Which means this one's not lined up correctly either, is it? Yeah, that's the one I was... Oh, I see. I think I see. Yeah, I didn't have it lined... No, wait, what? Hold on. Now I'm confused. What is this snapped to? Oh. No. Wait, hold on. Now I'm really confused. Yeah, that is supposed to be there. So then it's creating a bit of a width problem. Oh, okay, I see. It's just a width problem. I'll just ignore it for now because it's just the block out. Okay, let's see. This might be looking very solid. Thanks. Would it be weird to have weapons on the gates looking towards the city, like protecting the civilians, lasing through? Is that weird? It would make sense, especially if this is on like a fringe world, like near where the... I think that the slipspace drive was invented well before the Covenant were discovered. But if the insurrectionists... Oh no, the insurrection was after the slipspace drive was discovered too. But anyway, the point is, if criminals were after them, that it would make sense to have that area locked down, especially if it was some kind of like... You know, if it's a planet where there's a lot of military stuff going on, they'd probably have it locked down like that. So yeah, I think that would make a lot of sense to do. I think that sounds, you know, like a cool idea, for sure. Just to logically make sense of the of if they would have it in that city. I think they would, and they do have those really big UNSC cannons. You know what I'm talking about? Is that the kind you were thinking of doing? I'll show you. If you didn't have this in mind, I'll show you which ones I'm talking about. But there's those ones. Let's see if I can find them. There's also the banished ones that like shoot at you. I think they're actual turrets. The only kind of AI that's in the game right now that you can place. Pretty sure they shoot at you. I could be wrong. Let's see. I haven't actually tried to use them before, so I could be very wrong about that. They just are in a mode. They're in the gameplay section, so I assume they actually do something scripted. Am I gonna find it? That's the real question. But actually, now that you mention it, with cannons, now you're making me think about putting these on top of the roof of this castle. Because, wait, that's, yeah, yeah, none of this. Wreckage panel, nope, where is it? I thought that was in UNSC. I must be somewhere else or something. Anyway, do you know what I'm talking about? They've got missiles. They've got a section called missiles. I see. This thing was what I was thinking about. It was what you're talking about, is putting something like this up there. And you could do that. I might put something like this up on this rooftop, actually. But anyway, the inspirational piece for this was this. So I think I'm going to do these like kind of curved styled roof. So I'll probably, if I do put something like this up there, it'd be like coming out of the side of it. Yeah, I could definitely do that. Yeah, that would be cool. So like if I put like a hole in the side of the wall with this like poking out the side, you know, maybe had a couple of them. Whoops, I just instead of duplicating it, I just sort of moved it again. Let's see, like that. Might be kind of cool. Now that you mention it, that these might be pretty dope. Maybe have one over here. And then like one over here. And this rock may be different. It probably is going to be very different by the time I'm done. So having this over here would not be terrible. But like if that was above all the roofs of this castle, might be really cool looking. Because I was thinking about making this not just Tenrai like ancient, but like maybe a lot of stuff looks ancient, looks old and ruined, like a city that got attacked. But the actual like building, I was considering dipping into a more modern day Japanese looking thing, because clearly they have power armor in Tenrai. They're not all ancient Japan, you know what I mean? But I might like do a little bit of both. We'll see. It would be cool if there was a cannon that you could use to shoot you around the map like a traversal item. That would be really dope. Yeah, something to like, you'd have to like build it probably to make it look like a cannon, but then like Mac rails or whatever that like launch you out. Yeah, that'd be really dope. Is that what you mean? But yeah. Okay, so one thing is I want, let's see, if I duplicate this, and in this duplicate, I regroup that and delete that one. No, don't delete the water behind that. Ugh. Let's save that off where I didn't have that deleted. I was thinking that I could do this underneath here, or something to this effect. Let's see, somehow this all got rotated at one point, and it got really frustrating. Is that right? Yeah. Well, it's kind of right. But anyway, the point is something like that, and then I could, let's see, is that right for the new angle? No, one more. And then another one over here, right? And then what I would do is put a flat panel going between them, sort of connect them together, like this was gonna be, but I never finished it. Where basically I go from, yeah, that looks okay, that's a good spot, like that, and I tilt this in, and I make them tall, far enough and angled the right way. This is not angled the right way, so that they tilt with the angle of the cone of these of the, like the, I think it's got to go one more. Oh, what happened here? It got twisted. What? Not by one. By like 0.1? What is it doing? Okay, well I gotta have to. Oh, that piece got twisted. What? Okay. There we go. It was by like 0.1. Okay, what are you saying? Okay, exactly. Dumb question, but could you script barrels or things to travel through the water that go up and down, but also forward, then drops off the edge? A natural dynamic element that could knock you off under the bridge and possibly off the map. That's a kind of a cool idea. A Donkey Kong barrel. Little barrels that come down and like shove you off. That would be kind of cool. I might be able to do that, yeah. That doesn't sound terrible. They certainly would be able to move down. I don't know if they'll bob like they would want, like you'd want them to. Whenever they very first talked about the release of the water, right? They talked about how they did the water as a water plane, and in the future there's going to be a water volume, or they're hoping to release a water volume, and the water volume is going to replace. It's not going to replace the water plane. It's going to be in addition to the water plane, right? And I think that, yeah, if they added a water volume, I think it's probably going to be something that causes objects that are normalized physics to bob like that on their own without you having to like script anything. And that would be really dope if that's the case. But basically, then all I'd have to do is shove it off the barrel, off the end. So that might be something I add in as they update Forge, because I think that that's going to be a thing they're planning to do. But yeah, let me see if this actually looks good whenever I bring it over. Not especially. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to hit undo. Okay, so basically I definitely needed to go a better angle, but the stone is not going to line up the way at this angle. That's why I was bringing it back. Okay, that's a good angle, but that wall piece needs to be taller to bring the whole thing down to, let's see, here, I think. Nope, one more. There we go. That'll fit. That'll end there nicely. Right, so then this needs, oh good, it'll scale up instead of down. That's perfect. So then we go here, scale it on the Z, which apparently needs to go in farther. So this whole piece needs to go in farther a little bit. Oh right, because it's got to snap. Oh, wait. That's not right. I need to bring it up one more. Okay, alright. So yeah. No, I like that idea though. That sounds really fun. I think I will do that, actually. Once they, if they add that kind of thing into it, I can definitely do that. And if I can figure out a way to make it just make one, then I'll just make one. Wait, why is it not? Oh, because I went to world. Object, that's what I meant to do. Okay, there we go. Now it's going to scale correctly in that direction. Why does it poke out so far over there? I must have gone too far. I didn't realize it. Alright, so you see what I'm doing there? Hoping that works. I think if I bring the scratches down on these significantly, it'll look better. Think you should show me how to do the Blender to forge objects thing, and then the bot. I want to port over to Halo 5 Warzone map. I don't know if I mean, I don't know how, but that's something that you could probably learn. Let's see, what's his name? I don't actually know how because I never actually did it. Ooh, that looks nice. Hold on. There we go. Basically, what's his name? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how. Actually, I haven't actually done it. So I'm kind of confused on that myself. And then, natural terrain would come out of that. But, what's his name? I think, I don't know. You'd have to talk to people who know how to do that. Actually, you know who you could talk to? Go into my Discord. We just had somebody join earlier. Go into my Discord and start trying to chat with Green Castle. I almost called him Green Knight. That's on Rejected Shotgun stream. Go to Mr. Green Castle. He should know. I mean, I could do it by eye too, but how? But how did you do measurements? Like, how do you do? Well, I opened it in Blender. And so I was able to see proportionally how big this object was to that object by observing it in Blender. And I made sure that Blender's, if you go into the settings in Blender, you can make sure your, your, what do you call it, your field of view is the same as whatever field of view you have it set in Halo. And that's what I did to compare it over. And then I also had Master Chief Collection open and went into, like you do with Halo 5, and went into Waterworks directly. And so I was just in Waterworks actually just messing around with it, right? And then I was also over in it on Blender. And so I was able to like look up at something in Waterworks in Master Chief Collection and then look up at it in like a thing that'd be like right next to me or right above my head height or whatever, and sort of like be able to go, okay, so it's like just a little bit taller than a Spartan by like just a tiny bit, and then I'd do that until I got the rooms right, and it like kept on, basically eyeballing everything but getting it all accurate, and then sometimes doing some movement speed stuff, even though they move at different speeds, so you can't really rely on that, so I didn't really do that too much. But once I got a few areas right and got them perfect, I was able to go farther from there. But the first thing I did before any of the rest of that was that I started off making the pit, in the middle of the map. And I started off doing that, and then I built the bridge coming down from it. And the pit was just a rough block out that I later completely changed. The bridge was the important thing. I got the angle of the bridge right, and I got the width of the bridge right based on the width of the Wraith. Because the Wraith's wings just barely drag across the walls, or the side rails. And then the middle is the best to start with. Yeah, I can't view the Halo 5 Warzone map in that Forge versions. Oh, that's true. So, well, I was just in Master Chief Collection, you can't in Halo 2 either, for Waterworks. So I just was in the actual map, walking around with just unlimited time set up. So I was just running around inside of the custom game mode version of Waterworks. And then what I did was, right, so let's make this super overgrown down here. What was I saying? Well, I was gonna say something just a second ago, and then I forgot what I was gonna say. So I did all that in there to get that right. What was I gonna say? I don't remember what it was, but that's basically how I did it. Let's see, let me go to world and go 45 degrees and place this over here. So sorry that I forgot what I was gonna say, but it was somewhat relevant, but I don't remember what it was. It was something that was relevant, but I don't remember what it was. And I'll match that up with that other wall piece there, and that looks pretty good. And then this thing I would just line up to go into this or something. That's the idea. I don't remember what I was gonna say. There was one more thing I was gonna add to it, but I don't remember. Man, I might want this to like go into that or something. But like that's not, like that would make sense to have it go into that. But that's not where this was. Like that doesn't match the block out over here, you know what I mean? Does it? Actually, it kind of does. Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. Do you remember what I was saying? I just don't remember exactly what I was saying. If you could jog my memory on what I was saying just a second ago, right before I forgot where I was in what I was describing, but that would work. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway. Can I snap to there? I assume it's only going to use this object, so I'd have to bring this one all the way up. If it's going to let it do it at all. Oh, there isn't one there. Okay, alright. But anyway, what was I gonna say? Ugh, it was a somewhat important part of the whole process. But not like end of the world if you don't know it. I just can't remember what it was. Where is the middle of this thing? There's supposed to be a snapping point right there at the middle of the cup. There we go. Is that right? I mean, it doesn't seem to be centered now. Oh well. I think it'd be easier to eyeball it this way and get it centered. Oh, was it about the Wraith? Oh, I remember what it was. Oh, thank goodness. Oh man, it's a really good tip. Start with structures. Don't do the terrain first. Get your structures in there first. If your structures are the right size compared to your character, and like the jump ups are all correct and all that kind of stuff, once you have all your structures in, if they're the right distance from one another and stuff like that, then you can start, especially with large structures like the one for Waterworks. Do those. Go put the path whenever they're near, the ones that are near each other, put the terrain that's between them, but then just very quickly put your structures in, because they will act like grid points that you can build all of the, rough natural terrain around. Because if you're trying to recreate another map, that natural terrain is extremely difficult to match up. But if you're doing it between like the base's location, for example, what I did was the middle structure, and then I did the rocks around it for the pit, and then I was able to come out of those into the cave where the bridge connects on. Then I was able to go out and build the bridge, get the bridge just right, and once I got the bridge just right on the side of the map, I was able to build all the terrain around the bridge and going up to the middle structure. And then after I got that in there, I was able to build, and I could go out the cave the other side. So then I had the entire middle, and then kind of like from above, it was like the middle structure, and then it was kind of like this, and then I was able to stretch across with the like the ridge, that like cliff side ridge thing that's just kind of useless. No one ever goes there unless they spawn back there, and on both sides. And then I could finally position the main bases off of all of that, and once I got those in just the right spot in exactly where they're supposed to be, I was able to build out the terrain from there. And then everything, as I wrapped around and came around and everything was there, it came out and came perfect to prove that all the rest of my scaling was correct. And it just took a long time. But yeah, which map? Let me see that YouTube video. Let's see what you're talking about. Is it gonna open it? Oh cool, it's over here.
Initiating Warzone simulation. Hold bases, take down bosses, and eliminate enemy Spartans to earn points. The Covenant are through our defenses and are assaulting the beachhead.
See, I never got to play Warzone.
Secure our home base. base.
I've just seen videos like this.
Marine Spartan.
I wished I could have played Warzone because that was the one thing I was like, that I would like to try. But I'm not going to buy an Xbox One for Warzone because the campaign wasn't split-screen multiplayer, and it wasn't the story. The gameplay looked really bad to me, especially in the campaign. Whenever I saw those like bugs and stuff, I was like, I don't know if I even want to touch that. But yeah, through a sniper lens is a terrible way for me to view a new map. Man, that was a lot of bullet magnetism on that last shot. He was actually looking at his chest. But that's, you know.
Incoming Covenant by the ridge.
So this is one of the base buildings, right? It looks like the map is kind of a lot like a,
Captured.
if I'm not mistaken, is it an island? Is it a lot like Silent Cartographer, and then it's like an island, a Silent Cartographer-sized island with like bases around it? Is that true? Because I feel like there was, if I'm not mistaken, there was one of those in Halo 5, and if this is the one I'm thinking of. Nice. Or is it more like a peninsula? It is an island? Okay, cool. Never mind, yeah. See, I know a lot about Halo 5, having never played the multiplayer. Like, that kind of stuff. I've seen the Death Island, you know, style, or the, you know, Silent Cartographer. This is really loud. Dear God, it wasn't as bad before. What did I just click? I just hit...
Initiating
Okay,
Warzone simulation.
no, don't start over. Sorry, it wasn't that loud. It didn't seem that loud until that right then, and I just realized I'm probably blowing up y'all's speakers. Okay, let's get back to... Where was he fighting that boss? Man, the Warden Eternal was such a bad fight. But yeah, it is that map. Okay, cool. So, this is really cool. This actually looks like a Silent Cartographer building, too. And this one? So yeah, they definitely very closely based on these buildings off of the Silent Cartographer's buildings, too, which is really cool. But then having some things that are more unique. It looks like the UNSC-based looking things are more unique. But then, like, this building feels like one of the one you fight the hunters on. If you know what I'm talking about. The second time you go up there in Silent Cartographer, there's the hunters. And the first time, it's just a bunch of elites and stuff. Or it's the other way around. It's the first time there's hunters. I don't remember. Yeah, the middle building is very dope. Yeah, it looks really cool. So it looks like, so there are Forerunner buildings, Covenant buildings, and UNSC buildings, it looks like. And the Covenant buildings are where the AI are for the most part, it looks like. And I know that you like killed AI the same way you do in Warcraft 3, you know, you level up your heroes by go killing the AI. But in this case you get points. Okay, yeah, this is all really cool. How many maps did they have? I think like 3, right? Like not a lot. They had like 1 to 3 Warzone maps or something like that. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Looks really cool. That's the main bases too, where the cores are. Oh, okay.
Quickly, how?
Whoa, what is this? Oh, how to script a very simple door lock for 400 doors. This is what Aaron sent me the other day. Man, it was still open on this in my inspiration channel or thing. Okay, so let's go back to this right there. That's cool. Oh, and let me turn on the music again. Okay, cool. But yeah, 3 at first, and eventually like 6+. Okay, so there's 3 at the launch. I see. So you kind of see how like it's gonna look like an entrance that kind of gets bigger and bigger as it goes this way, but you're actually not gonna have access to all of the structure over here. So it's going to effectively be a mirrored, you know, like blockout wise it'll be mirrored, but art wise it will look like natural terrain with a waterfall, you know, and then a structure over here. And that's the idea of what I was kind of going for. And this cave, where is it? This one, yeah, got it. Pinpoint, wow. That was good. That was lucky. This little cave that comes out to the waterfall. Oh, I need splashes here. That'll tell you where it is from outside, too. Yeah. So this little natural cave here, which can't really see the other base, good. That hops down onto this base, comes down onto this, is going to have a rival over here. I was thinking about putting a gatehouse that sort of leads between the 2 castle portions, like this portion and that, and another portion over here. The other portion might be lower, and yeah, see, that one is cool, but I also like the other one too, this other one too. Okay, send me the other one too, because I want to see that. But yeah, a gatehouse here that goes through, and then another castle structure over here that's separate, and maybe have a bridge going through them or something. But like, and this side might be a little shorter. Over here, I've got it all the same length, the same height. And there's going to be a rooftop above this too. What I was thinking about was, like, this stuff, I was kind of thinking of it as balcony, but I might actually potentially do this instead. But it'll be like a castle, but it'll also have like a pagoda roof, you know, pagoda castle. Now I need to make, you know, corner pieces to have the nice, the really cool extra curvy part that goes, it slopes up like a point, you know? And that'd be kind of cool. And then off of this, although I might not have the roof on this side because I might want to do, well, the bridge could be underneath this, but I might do like a bridge here instead of the roof immediately there. That might be kind of cool, but we'll see. This one is one of my favorite maps ever. Okay, I'm going to check that out. Give me 2 seconds to, let me just raise this up, and then I'm going to grab a wall piece, a regular wall piece that hasn't been scaled up so much, like this one, and put that up there as the area, as the gap between the two. Looks like I'll need to go much taller than just one. I have to do two. Da, da, da. Ba, ba, ba. So good. So good. Okay. Z, let's double it. 44. That'll work. That'll be just right, I think. Let's see. Bell tower? Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good idea. I was just going off of a sort of idea of similar to what they had built, or what they had done in the art, but like, yeah, if it's not just a structure, but it's a bell tower, that'd be really cool. Another idea would be to have just windows down here and put the missiles coming out up there, like it's the turret. But yeah, it's a cool idea. I'll look up like a Tibet. Ooh, I can use the pots, the really cool pottery. Oh. As a bell. Make it look like it's made of brass. Or has multiple bells. Is there a bell sound effect that you can play? Because that would be really cool. Haven't really looked for one of those, but that would be really, really cool if they have it. I'm gonna have to turn off that snapping thing. Maybe look at this video. Hey, how's it going? Meow, meow, meow. Let's see. But man, if there's a sound effect for it, I could make it to where whenever this team gets to like halfway done, or like halfway to the score, it would like play a big old bell. And if I have another sound effect I could play for this other team, I could play something else. I'll just find out what the sound effects are in the alarms. You know what I'm talking about? Okay, so if this is the case, I don't need these at all. Because I've got like this roof here instead. Or those like implied balconies that I had sort of slapped in there. Oh, there's actually a hole here. Oof. Okay, this thing needs to come in here to there. There we go. That works. Ooh, in which case we will slap that in there. Alright, so now we've got that. Let's see. That I don't know. Maybe you could shoot it and play, and it plays in an audio cue. Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, like a dong. That'd be really cool. I love bells. Whenever I made, I think did I ever tell you that whenever I was doing Warcraft 3, I was trying to learn Fruity Loop Studios so I could make my own music? I don't remember if I told y'all about that yet. I was trying to make my own custom music for the map, for the Warcraft 3 maps. Like, I was gonna go all the way. Have, like, my own custom epic, like, I was learning, and bells, like, I used, like, town bells. It was very cool. And I would love to continue to still do that at some point. Okay. It didn't grab the duplicate it just made. Alright, this is kind of making it weird overlap with the roof, but I'll fix it in a second. Whoop, that's probably not supposed to be that low. But yeah. Do you know what? That I don't know. Maybe you could shoot it and it plays an audio cue. I wonder. Do you know what Fruity Loop Studios is, by the way? It's a ooh, that changed its height. That's not what I want. Fruity Loop Studios is basically the program that people use to make, like, it's basically the biggest video game music program, basically, because people use it to make their own custom music and mix music and stuff like that. It's a music editing software, and it's like the main one that like everybody has been using for a long time. And they call it FL Studios because Fruity Loops, they realized after making it named Fruity Loops that Fruity Loops sounded really goofy, and so eventually they just started calling it FL Studio for short. But yeah. Okay, so that looks pretty dope. And then having more castle come out of it that way is going to make it even look cooler, because right now it just looks like a really, really big and chunky tower. But yeah. Okay. Alright. So, you sent another pictures. I know what it is. Okay, cool. Yeah. I didn't know if you did or not. So let me look at this other... This is the other map. Oh, let's see. My brother used to mess with it. Cool. Yeah, I just had the free version because I was a teenager, and was not going to be able to afford a proper... You know, buying one, basically. But yeah. Escape from Ark? Is this the name of it? Or is this just the name of their video? This is really cool. This map is different from the others because all three bases are very close to one another, and it's very difficult to recover from being triple capped. When the game starts, help your teammates kill everything in front of you and head to the front doors. This is like entirely UNSC, it looks like. 15 seconds after the first home base is cleared, Sangheli General will drop on this platform outside of your base. This and all... Yeah. Basically, it's Firefight and Slayer have a baby, or like objective modes had a baby. And, you know, it's really cool. I still don't like the art style of Halo 5, but, you know... But yeah. Oh, wait. If you're saying anything, it's not updating for me. I need to scroll down to the bottom. Okay, cool. If your team clears your armory quickly, it's a good strategy to push the other team's armory as fast as possible. Let's see, Warzone was my favorite mode, man. It was innovative. Yeah, it looks really cool. If they brought Warzone back, that'd be amazing. I think that even if they don't, people can easily make Warzone maps in Halo Infinite. And once they add custom AI, or I mean campaign AI, people will be able to do this really easily. I do hope that one of the things I would like to see them do is actually create some, like, you know, the building rooms, right, from Halo Reach and Halo 2 Anniversary, and Halo 5 had some as well, I think, right? They didn't just do basic objects in Halo 5, right? They also had those rooms, if I'm not mistaken, or am I wrong about that? I think it'd be really cool if they, I'm gonna start skipping the words, since we're not trying to learn tactics, we're trying to see the map. So what I was gonna say was, it'd be really cool if we did have those rooms, something like those rooms, in the future. Because if people could use those, they could reduce the cost of their maps. So Warzone scale maps, like something that would be used specifically for really high scale maps, and you could just like, you know what I mean? Like this would be easier if the objects you're using, if you had some detailed objects that were just like one object that was really inexpensive to place, but could be like one of those bases practically as an entire object, or like part of that base. But it would be like, yeah, I don't know. You could scale up objects to fill the role of these objects they do have on here, because these are pretty simple shapes too. I don't know. Anyway, it's just I'm kind of just musing about the idea of making a map that takes the entire area of a Halo Infinite map. Would be like that scale of map would be huge, and it's kind of like yeah. But maybe you could, like, that's just a tire, right? You can make that giant, you know, that giant tire right there with like 4 or 5 pieces. That pile of rubble, and it's the size of a ghost. So it would you know, add cover without having to be a whole bunch of detail, a whole bunch of objects. So maybe you could do this, but maybe it would look just like this. You know what I mean? And maybe you want to upgrade to Halo 5 level of graphics, and so maybe you'd want more detail. But I don't know. Hard to say. Very hard to say until we can actually do it. I know people are making maps that size now, and they are kind of sparse, is what I'm saying. But some of them are looking really good, so I don't know. It's hard to say. But yeah, this is really cool. I'm just taking in the map and rambling as I do, by the way. I'm trying to understand everything I'm looking at. Like, I saw that vehicle whenever they flew over it, that one in the background. So I'm able to, like, kind of place where we are right now. But, it's kind of tough. And the really big ship that's above everything, it looks like a tower or a spaceship. I couldn't quite tell exactly which. But whatever it is, that giant tripod, like, ship or whatever that is up there, appears to be, yeah, see, there's none of that in Halo Infinite. So, like, whenever we were having that conversation the other day about, like, what they cut from, what they took away, it's like, yeah, the Spartan pound, like, ground pound thing. Okay, so yeah, it's a ship. There's a giant engine there. Okay. Halo 2 BR, this mode was cool because you're racing against points. Oh, gotcha. Halo 2 BR, ugh. What do you... Respawn at your home base for a different angle of attack. Well, that guy's got a sword. So this is where you basically... This is the one where you had to, like, buy, you know, rec packs, which were essentially loot boxes, and unlocked your ability to spawn in with a Banshee, for example. And like with an energy sword versus a shotgun or whatever, right? If I'm not mistaken. Look at the walls in the background. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me back up to see what that is. Is it that? Those energy barrier walls? That's really cool. Is that the... The map isn't that big, is it? It's actually like this stuff, but like that's background stuff, right? Because if it goes... Let's see. If it goes all the way to that wall, that would surprise me. Like, this is mostly this stuff, right? Not all the way back there. Use lasers in the railguns, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Yeah, that energy barrier wall. That's like, looks like the ocean. Is that an energy barrier holding back the ocean? Look up photos of it. Okay. Will do. Is that actually an energy barrier or gravity field generator or something like that holding back an ocean so that you could be in the... You actually... Oh, it is! There's water pouring out of it. There was like a... It was like a dam. It had, like, controlled areas of water. That is really cool. That is really dope. So you're walking on the bottom of the ocean right now. Not right this second, but this is the bottom of the ocean now, where he just dropped down to. That's really cool. This boss drops a scatter shot. Cool. So you didn't have to use rec packs. You could gather weapons from the AI. Is that correct? You could use your rec packs to spawn in with something, or you could kill one of these bosses and take their weapon. Is that correct? Or was it that you just couldn't get that kind of weapon in a rec pack because it was a Promethean? I love that concept so much. Of the waterfall, I mean, of the dam. Yeah, it looks so cool. I didn't turn off my music, so we've got double sound effects going. Let's see. It was kind of, you know, matching the boss fights, I guess, but yeah. With epicness. Got him. Got a tank. Where is this? Is this also on the same map? I don't think we've seen inside of here before. Is this a particle accelerator? The wall on the left looks like magnetic panels. Or like not magnetic panels, the ceramic panels inside of the magnetic accelerator. Is this some kind of... Or did they just model it off it because it looked cool? Can you tilt water on its side? Yeah, you can. Yes, you can, you can. And it'll look like that. So yeah, that would actually look really cool. You could definitely do that. I like these like supports they put in there with the dirt. It like kind of exposes that there's some kind of structure underneath the dirt, and the dirt has just been allowed to build up there as like a slope, which is kind of cool. It's a good way of doing that. Just in general. He's being very cautious with his tank there. So would you go into this in tunnels that lead to the base? It's very cool. Oh, okay, gotcha. That one that's like that looks like the magnet, like a accelerator. That one, or is that part of it? No, that's just that slope. That tunnel, right? Something like that. But yeah, I'm done. Obviously, the waterfall's all. Yeah. Okay, is what you were saying. Yeah, this all looks really cool. I think this would be, like I was saying, I think this would all be very possible in Halo Infinite's Forge. And I think you would actually look pretty close to this amount of detail. Like, okay, if you keep your number of objects low, you won't have as many curved corners, of course. But like, you could, if you wanted to keep the object count low, you probably won't have that kind of curved corner there, for example. But like a lot of this you could do. I wonder if those tunnels actually divert the water when it's fully submerged. It's mostly terrain, honestly. Yeah, it's a whole lot of rocky terrain, which you just probably use the desert sandy rocks for this one, because it's the bottom of the ocean. Or it's like underwater. And then of course terrain itself. Like you'd have terrain and then the rocks. I mean objects, like, you know, they're both part of terrain, but you know what I mean. God, those guys were really, they were filled with, it was just brimming with you know, chatter. The soldiers would not shut up. It's mostly terrain, honestly. Yeah. That's one of the things I didn't like about the soldiers. So, 2 hunters spawn in and hop down.
Remnant hunters at the dig site.
Yeah, I think this is very possible. He just waited for it to spawn and then got himself killed. Why would you wait for a hunter in melee range like that? That is a bad idea. Unless you can board them like you can in Halo 2 now. If you go get the that mod, I guess, the dig site mod, you can now board hunters. Or is it all of them just with that new skull? I forget what it is. Gosh, the mantis. We need the mantis. That's the main thing with Exile. Exile feels slightly off because it's built to have that mantis on that map. It's unfortunate. But yeah, that rocket launcher was so cool. Shot 3 shots, but you could zoom in and then direct it. Cool. Mantis. Kind of like how you... Wait. You're telling me that rocket launcher was like the Cinder Shot? The Cinder Shot is the one that... Oh, wait, no, I did know about that. Yeah, I knew about that. I played the campaign. That one was in the campaign. Yeah. It is like the Cinder Shot. The Cinder Shot inherited that thing. That's what I'm saying. I do know which one came first, obviously. I'm not saying the Mantis, that they stole it from the Cinder Shot. That was 6 years prior. But yeah, okay, cool. Is this the end of the video? What is he talking about? Just lots and lots of text right now. Scorpion level 6 wreck. Were there different level scorpions? Or was he saying that it's a level 6 wreck pack gets you a scorpion?
Enemy captured the East Armory.
Celine's Lance, level 7 wreck. Victory. Okay, cool. I assume he's saying it comes in one of those. Yeah, there were different ones. I assume he was saying it was a different level tank, or was it saying comes in a different level wreck pack? That's my question. Like, was that, and then that Lance came in a level 7 or whatever? Is that correct? Yeah, these are all really cool though. I mean, honestly, these maps would be really cool just for 24-man combat. Like, I think they would work. They look like they'd be about the right size for that, right? Let me make sure I didn't, that I actually set my thing to... I'm already a pure offline, so it doesn't matter if I have it set to friends only and not invite only. Because it doesn't appear like I'm online at all anyway. Okay. Yeah, that was really cool. Should I make it to where this is where the man cannon is going to launch you out and make you land on the bridge or maybe on a rock down here, and then make it to where the wasp flies out of this cave? I think that might be a good idea. Look up the Hannibal tank. Okay, okay. Let's do that. Hannibal tank Halo 5. I just put H5. That might find it. Here it is. I think. This one? Hannibal Weapon Systems. There we go. Is this like a special version of the tank that was only in multiplayer? Or is this just the tank from Halo 5's version? Because I know it looks very different from the previous versions of the tank. It looks really dope. Oh! Here's a railgun. Or Forerunner cannon? What does it use? What is that? Oh yeah, that's some kind of... Is that a beam? Or a railgun? Looks powerful. Look up a video of it. Okay, last one. Okay. Yes. Okay, cool. So it's like a... Oh wait, did you just send me the same link? Oh, you sent me the same link. I Google searched it. I was looking at it already. Okay, so are these the 3 different tanks, or is this just the... Are these all 3 Hannibal tanks? Because I'm assuming it's a Forerunner, like Lance laser or something like that, but... Armament 1 laser cannon. Yep. Oh, there it is. 1 Gauss repeater turret. Jesus, the turret's a Gauss turret? Was it just like the Gauss cannon on the back of a Warthog? That's insane if it is. But a laser cannon. Jesus, that is ridiculous. Well, that reminds me of, you know, the siege tank from StarCraft. That's what it makes me think of. It's all rounded, more like the siege tank from StarCraft and the Halo tanks. But anyway, did you have another map? You said last one. Was that about the tank, or was that about the what do you call it? Or did you have another map you wanted to send me? Oh, we can turn back on the music as we go. This super epic music. And continue the block out. So like I was saying, I want to put a, you know, one of these in there. One of these sort of holes. With like a, what I'll do... Ooh, okay, so I'm thinking about... Okay, I know how to do it. So I can just start doing it to show you what I mean. But, primitives... rings... Excuse me, almost had a... Let's see, and then... 10 degrees, I think is what I put this at, right? Yes. The tank. Watch it shoot. Oh, okay. There's an armored Oni and an armored Oni and the Hannibal. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Gotcha. So I'm gonna put like this, but I don't know if I'm gonna make it match. It's gonna be a lot like the gate that we have on okay, cool. Yeah, one more video. 205. 205.
Red confirmed.
It's a Spartan laser. Okay. It's effectively a Spartan laser, but maybe bigger around too. So it runs like a Spartan laser anyway. Like it charges and launches. Wow.
Level 9 Rex available.
This is insane. I will say that Halo Infinite doesn't have a whole lot of room for like rec packs. And so the whole like pay to win situation that Warzone had would have to be turned into an experience based thing, like you gain experience points or something to that effect, where you would earn like credits in the actual match for kills or something to that effect. But then if you reward people for kills and you end up giving them like you end up giving them the ability. Well, there's AI, so the kills, if you're getting like experience points for killing the bots, then you wouldn't have to be better at the game. You could be losing and still kill more bots to gain more points, and thereby gain more points to summon in tanks and stuff like that. You could sweep its shots with it too and hit multiple targets. Wow. That's crazy. So not exactly like the Spartan laser, because that's a single shot, goes through everything, but it's like a it's ray, what is it called? Not raycast, right? It's what is the word for that? Can't remember what it's called, but basically it draws a line with code, basically an invisible line, and then figures out what's in that direction. I know how to do it with programming, but I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, but then hit scan, that's the word, hit scan. It's the Spartan laser's hit scan. This is more like the laser. Look at the turret. Oh yeah, no, that is definitely the Gauss cannon, isn't it? A faster one, but maybe one that's deals less damage. I don't know how that works, but yeah, that's insane. But anyway, this laser must work more like the like a burst fire of the what do you call it? The Forerunner laser, the Sentinel beam, because that's shooting a whole bunch of individual like projectiles or whatever. It might be hit scan as well, but it's doing it multiple times really fast, right? To sustain the beam of the Sentinel beam. This is doing it for a couple seconds, or else you wouldn't be able to sweep like you're saying. That means that this is actually shooting like 3 bursts or something like that, and then if you sweep, it shoots those 3 separately, and then you can kill multiple people. As far as like how it's actually programmed to shoot, I mean. But this is insane. This is like, uh-oh, got boarded. Oh no, can you, it's got radial damage too, so you can still get them off? Can you? Or is it not? Is it not radial? Is he screwed? Infinite needs more unique fun stuff like this. Like, I enjoyed going for high kill games and using all the unique vehicles. It looked like he did not have splash damage, which is how it's like even remotely balanced, is that it doesn't have splash damage, so once you're boarded, you're done. So that's really cool though. I like that a lot. Let's see. I'm gonna just do this, right? And then I'm gonna delete the ones that are in the way. And then I'm gonna move these over very, very gently. There we go. And then what I was going to do is make it to where it used to be a gate that goes through, right? But instead of it being... Well, I could leave it intact. I was thinking about making it to where it's like... It's full of like rubble and you're like going over this rubble and stuff. But yeah. I'll just make the ramp gone. If the staircase is wrecked and rubbled, then you have to jump up to it the same way you have to jump up to this one. Right? And then this one allows you to go over here. Effectively, I can do the same kind of thing. But this way, it's going to be like an actual castle, you know, tunnel thing. Let's see. Infinite needs more unique, fun stuff like this. Like, I enjoyed going for kill games and using all the unique vehicles. I think it does, but I don't remember. Oh man, wait, wait till you see the Hannibal Wasp and Mantis, lol. Oh man, that's insane. You're talking about a wasp that's even stronger than a wasp? Because that sounds terrifying. Not gonna lie. Okay, so we've got like that, and then I'm thinking I'm gonna get a floor. Okay. I need a floor piece, and I deleted all the floor pieces from up here, so I gotta go grab another one over here again. Let's see. Oh, wait. I'll get a normal one. Or is this one clipped corner? No, it isn't. Okay, good. Let's see. Man. That was pretty cool, though. Thought that was pretty dope. Man, I should have actually, you know what? I really should have, figured out my width here before doing the just like throwing it together, you know what I mean? Like, let's see, wasp that shoots plasma grenades as its secondary fire and a charge shot for its primary. What? That's insane. That's Halo 5 Warzone was incredible, buddy. Yeah. That makes me, you know what immediately popped in my head whenever you said that? I said, what? And then I was immediately reminded from my own what and how outraged I felt by how crazy that is, that I was reminded of that YouTuber guy who's always like, what? What is wrong with you? You know what I'm talking about? I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that guy. So this is about the width that I want it to be, actually, which means I really just want it to be the width of a wall piece. So I kind of need to adjust this. This one's too wide. So actually just need to delete these and go like this and copy them over and just delete the one in the middle. I think that's the width of a wall piece. No, it's still a little bit wider. Oh well. I also might need to be a little taller though. Let's see. Yeah, that sounds incredible though. That sounds incredible. Like you say. Oh, come on. Don't snap on me. I didn't want you to snap on me. Forgot I had magnets turned on. Warzone was definitely the one, like I said. Well, you add a hole in the ground with bars that shows like an area where they kept the prisoners, lol. That might be cool. I'm planning on putting a hole in the ground over here that lets you drop down onto the base, like the one that's over here. You know, with the ruined floor. But, yeah. I could put, like, in the hole, off on the side, I could put, like, the prison cells. Like, the floor's all, like, messed up, but, like, there's, like, prison cells there, too. Like, there were so many weapons and so many ways to play the game. Endless possibilities. That sounds amazing. Let's see. Did I go wider? I did. I did. Okay. Alright. Okay, so I'm doing this a little bit wrong. I think I need to make this one flat. Right? Instead of like I'm doing it now, I need to go back inside of here, recess it. And I need to put some of these below, right? I can put an actual, a graphical door there, but yeah. Basically that. And then I need to, I'm probably going to delete some of these. But I just want to paste it out like that, you know? And put like a, make it like a tunnel kind of thing. And then you're going to come through here. Let's see. What height do I want it at? I think I'm going to bring it over here and find that out. But yeah, no, that sounds amazing. You know what I'm going to do? This is actually already like the right height. And then what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put this at the doorway of it. Like this. It's over there. Okay. I want to get the Y coordinate and then go into the middle and flip it over and put it in there. But yeah, no, that sounds amazing, and I really hope that they put something like that into Halo Infinite, because that'd be amazing. Whoa, that's where it's got to be. That is way different from where I thought it was going to be. I'm putting the arch like directly on there, but looks like that's not the case. Just because I missed out, you know what I mean? I would love to see if they put something like that in there, then I'd be able to see what they're doing, you know, what it was like. But yeah. And like I said though, I think people are going to be able to make it, so I really am looking forward to that if people can. Hold on, let's go there. Actually, I think this poking out like this would be even cooler than the way I was doing it before, because then you've got this sort of like curved archway there sort of protruding from the diagonal wall. Don't you think that's a little cooler? Might even make like a straight vertical portion, like have it come straight up from there. Make a whole area there. But anyway, this is where it needs to be. And then I need to come off of that with like the platform. So the tunnel needs to probably be higher than this. Let's see. Halo 5 was a great game with dashes of Halo, but not a great Halo game. I heavily enjoyed it, and it was one of the best modes they've ever made. With a store and microtransactions, they would add more unlocks and skins. Oh, they could add more. Yeah, that would be really cool. Why did it create this one? That's weird. Yeah, I think that, like I said, I would love to have experienced that, because that seems really cool, really dope. And it's not exactly what I had in mind, but I've had a similar game mode in mind for Halo for a long time that I would love to see, where I want to make. I would love to see a version of Halo that allows you to, like, somewhere between Halo and Battlefield, where you're controlling like spots, you know what I mean, and like zones. I mean, and like they're like landing zones, and like you can call in troops, and you're trying to take control of like the world map or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? Like something, I don't know. It's a dream of mine that's been going, like one where you start as a grunt on one side and level up through the Covenant, and then on the other side of the game of the arena you start as like as a Marine and make your way up toward like through like ODST all the way to like Spartan and stuff like that, and you just slowly unlock your you know, what you're capable of. You know what I mean? I just think that'd be really dope. I think I might have talked about it on stream before already, so I may not need to describe it again, but yeah. But yeah. Let's see. Like, I would love to be able to, like, play as a brute fighting against Spartans, you know what I mean? Okay, so clearly you cannot jump straight up to there, even though this is the height of that building. Yeah, that would have been very cool. Planet side, but Halo. Yeah, like that. Kind of like Planet side, kind of like Halo, kind of like both at the same time. I honestly don't know if I even knew I put this here. I don't think I put this here. Yeah, this was part of this archway from underneath that I placed in later. I don't even think I realized that I made this clip through here, because I think I was like that originally. But I like it. I think it's a good... I think it's like kind of perfect the way it's set up. But anyway, yeah, like Planet side. That would have been very cool. Yeah. And I just think that, like, if they had done something like that with, I don't know, I've been dreaming of that for a long time. I'll put it to you that way. It's been a very long, like, I've been dreaming of that since I was, like, you know, 17. Which is a long time ago. Given that I am now 33. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Okay, so this is kind of a little bit... That's basically supposed to represent what that rock is like on the other side, but it's not quite low enough. Let me see... Let me make sure that I actually got this height correct, because I might need to bring it down a little bit lower still. Excuse me. Oh, that area was taller and I put it at that height, but I didn't put it at this height. Okay, so let me grab this height and put all of those at this height. That should fix it. Did we just get to Halo Reach? Because that's awesome. Halo Reach was going to be an open world game originally, and that would have been cool. Let's see, fighting over sectors and using all kinds of vehicles to travel. Like, imagine actually using a Warthog for long distance and having to repair it like Battlefield. Yeah, and I wanted to make it to where, I've always dreamed that, like, you have to be dropped in an actual dropship. But, like, once you unlock ODST and, like, you know, elites, then you can suddenly start dropping in drop pods. But, like, you would get points over time that you could use to, like, sort of, like, unlock different weapons, like spawn in as a Marine with a rocket launcher instead of, like, a regular Marine or whatever, kind of like rec packs, but not exactly what I had in mind. And basically I was thinking that, like, it'd be really cool if, like, if basically, like, yeah, you could, yeah, like you'd call in a Pelican, for example. Like, you could literally, and I had in mind a whole system where, like, okay, I've gotten good enough points in here, you know, in the game. Like I've built up my profile to the point where I can now qualify as a sergeant or whatever, right? And so, like, you know, whenever I go into a match, I'm actually like, you know, I can actually like ping. I had the idea back in 17 of the idea of pinging on the map, but like, you know, you'd ping, but like as a sergeant you could ping and drop a King of the Hill zone there, and then your team would get points, or maybe the soldiers under your command would gain points whenever they kill enemies in that zone, or as they hold the zone, or something to that effect. There would be like a sort of like a Slayer zone where it's like kill everyone in that area. There'd be like a King of the Hill zone, and there'd be different ways that you could do it, and it'd be and like they would get these points, and that would allow them to unlock other things in the game. And these were all the ideas that I had in mind. So, I mean, in this one, you could definitely ping and drop objectives, and I can definitely make something to that effect in Halo Infinite, actually. But the downside to it will be that it won't be, it's like, yes, it will work, and it will be like I ping over there, and then it does it, right? The downside will be that I won't actually, I won't have the ability to make it to where I can, like, maybe hold down the left trigger or something like that, and it would bring up, like at this, yeah, like, where is it? What am I doing here? What am I doing here? Wrong buttons. This, bring up a pie menu. If I held down the ping button, maybe the left bumper or something like that, and a pie menu showed up, and then I do a joystick in a direction and it picks that objective, right? So I could throw down a King of the Hill zone or whatever. Without a pie menu as an option in Halo Infinite, you know, I can't do anything like that. So that's the ideal would be, that it would be a game mode that had the ability to do that. And yeah, I thought it could be cool if you got enough points, you could use a hero token. Then, because a hero, which would be like Arbiter, Master Chief, or Tartarus. Yeah, exactly. That would also be really dope. Let's see. And I was thinking that, like, yeah, eventually you would unlock something like that. I was also thinking something to that effect. Or eventually you'd unlock something of that magnitude, and it would, yeah, and it would be all super cool, super badass. Like in Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront, whenever you unlock the ability to spawn in as a Jedi, it'd be super cool. But yeah. And, yeah. That's all, like, really cool ideas that I've had a lot of those for a while, and I think that would be really cool if to finally get to play a game like that someday. But for now, I'm hoping that that's what, like, okay, if you had that, right, but then like you, like, each squad, right, let's say you dropped into a map, you had a whole bunch of different squads and two sides, like a red versus blue kind of thing, and they were going to town on each other. These squads would individually be able, they'd have a leader, they'd be able to give them commands like that. The squads might have like 4 people per one or something, plus a leader, so like 5 people or something. This is a battle royale in a way, you know what I mean? You've now gotten to a point where they individually are competing with one another in a way, in a similar way to battle royale. Not exactly, because you're not trying to kill each other, but like even the ones on a team would be competing with one another. So I don't think this is the case, but I was really kind of almost hoping that this is what we were going to be able to see with Tatanka, but that was just like blind hope, nothing tangible in the slightest. Imagine being a Marine and you just see a huge-ass Master Chief running past you, wrecking everything. Exactly. Like, starting over every game, every single match, back at square one as a Marine or whatever, and then slowly unlocking each of these different powered-up, these power fantasy version, you know, characters. And then just, like, you know, barreling through it. You become the cavalry, as you become the Master Chief, you know, or the Spartan. Would just be really, really cool, you know? Anyway, it's just like, yeah, just weird thoughts I've had for a long time. And you're right. And you clearly have had similar ones, because you're very quickly acclimating to exactly what I'm saying. Like, you've been thinking about this for a while, too. Imagine being... Yeah. Oh, I was about to reread what you just said. Let's see. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Okay, 45. There we go. I'm just gonna very quickly throw this in, even though it's gonna look terrible, because it's just like a block out to sort of make this feel like a bridge. What happened to the other piece? Okay, there we go. That works. Sort of like a bridge that goes across, you know? And let me duplicate these, but then like I'll delete the underside, or like move them, drag them through this like thing here so that they actually... Oh, I can just snap them to that, can't I? Yeah, the wall there. Okay, works great. Okay, perfect. Anyway, oh yeah, haha, very long time. Yes, exactly. Like, I think, honestly, I think that's like everyone has been dreaming that same dream ever since Halo first came out. We want to drop in as ODSTs, but we don't want to drop in as ODSTs all the time. We like the Halo formula, but we do want to drop in as ODSTs. So give us a game mode where sometimes we do that and sometimes we don't. You know what I mean? Another cool one would just be like you only spawn in on your side of the map, but you unlock the ability to ping a part of the map so that next time you die, you will drop in as an ODST on that spot. And I think that'd be dope. Like you would kind of, if you'd have to remember where it was, because in Halo Infinite I can't like place an object that only you can see. But like, basically, yeah, like if I could do that in Halo Infinite actually with a script, where you'd ping a spot, and it would move a spawn point to that spot, and then it would tell it to move vertically, and then it would just spawn you in here, and you'd be like, boom, and you'd just be in the battlefield. I could do that right now in Halo Infinite, and just like make it to where you can ping and do that. The problem, and the reason I don't do it, is because there's no way to tell the player you can do that. There's no, like, I can't just be like, oh, hey, now that the game has started, let me give you a tooltip on the screen with text that's going to tell you, use up ping, use the up on the D-pad on your controller to ping. If you ping, that area will be identified to your allies. When you do, you will also mark the area for you to respawn at that location from an ODST drop pod. You see what I mean? Like, I can't just do that, because it doesn't exist. That option doesn't exist. So it's kind of unfortunate. But anyway. Okay, so we're getting very well blocked out. You can kind of see, like I said, it's gonna look, this side's art is gonna be so different from this side. It's gonna feel like there's your town gate. It's gonna kind of go off the map and curve around to the city. The town is gonna be somewhere far away down here, down a winding path. But it's gonna be like the town gate comes in here, and then has access to, it has all these shrines and stuff, and then you can gain access to the actual castle, and that's over here. And if I ever do one flag, this team is going to be the one with the flag, and they're going to be, you know, and this side's going to be the attacker. Or I might do like one bomb assault, and like you have to blow up the castle, something like that. But yeah, anyway. Plus equipment would play a major role in reviving downed players too. Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, a very long time. Yes, exactly, exactly. See, you get it exactly, and I don't even have to explain it, and that tells me right there that players have been wanting this for a very, very, very long time, and it's not just me. It definitely is not just me. Okay, so I'm going to snap this to here, and break it apart, and delete that one, because I want to put a staircase here, because that's roughly where I have this slope, right? It's just inside there. Yeah, that's actually pretty close. Maybe the slope is in this. Oh, you know what? I need my measuring tool. That's what I need. That'll help me know exactly where it is. Woo, okay, and then we puncture it, basically. And then we put it back at 0 here. And then there I've got my measuring tool, and then I just ungroup it and scale this one down until it hits the hill, top of the hill. But yeah, no, I agree. Healing would be interesting. I really like the... Am I going the wrong way? No, I am. I'm going the right way. Okay, there we go. So that tells me... Oh, wow. I was actually right at the slope before. Interesting. I think it would be, like, somewhere between Halo Wars and basically what we've got, you know, with we got what y'all got with Warzone back whenever y'all were playing it. Okay, I think I'm just going to make this one go to there. Which means... Where is it? Can I get it to touch? There's a 20. 21.2. That looks right. And then I'll delete that one. And then I'll put a little staircase coming off of that. Plus squad leaders and flying pelicans with a full hull. Yeah, exactly. And like, if like you could run out of ammo and need to like rely on like, you know, like a new pelican coming in to like give you more ammo, to like supply you with some new ammo, would be really freaking cool. I think I need to figure out how low I need this to go. So I'm gonna do this. Got the height right. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. I suddenly changed the direction of my movement in the middle of me dragging it across instead of turning off magnets like I was trying to. So this is about the width, actually, of the hallway here. I thought that I would be a little off, but yeah, it's about right. But it's about the height too. I need to go a little further down to like... Let's see, I'm actually going to be in the slope, so really I should be back here. Right around there. What is my X at? 40... Okay, I'll set it to 50. 50? And that'll be a little in the ground. So whenever I, like, delete this or whatever, it'll be around there. Yeah, right about there would be the height of the terrain. Oh, by the way, I placed that in there. Oh man, the wind is way too strong if it's gonna... I turned on rain and turned on the wind really strong to push it in a certain direction, but now it's so strong the fire is not going through the hole in the roof anymore. That's kind of funny. Oh man, playing as the Flood too, an enemy... Oh, I was thinking that you wouldn't play as the Flood, but Flood would come in, like, if the match is dragging on too long, the Flood would come in and be everyone's enemy. That's what I was imagining back in the day. Become effective if you spawn in popcorn. Oh, I guess you could become Flood like in the infected game mode. But yeah, basically the Flood would appear, you could become infected, I guess, and then, which would be really cool, like you're saying. And then like, yeah. I remember, I mean, I've obviously had multiple versions of all of this too. Everyone has, I'm sure. But that's like, that's been a big part as well, was the idea of the Flood showing up and being like, you know, and immediately being a threat to everyone involved. And then you gotta like almost like band together against the Flood and end in the match really fast, because you gotta, you know what I mean, because you're kind of being wiped out by them. But yeah, that would be really cool. Let's see, which part of this... Like, I had it nice over here, so I don't really have it nice over here anymore. Let's... Whoops, let's, world rotation, so I can get a good... Ooh, that would be a good angle. Look at that, because it's got the hook there. Can wrap it around the building a bit. Maybe this one's too high, because I know that the buildings are different heights. That one's taller, and this one's a little lower. So we'll have to make the environment over here a little bit different slope. Yeah, it actually works pretty good where it is right now. I just gotta do micro adjustments, if at all. But yeah, be really freaking cool though. All of these things. Imagine that, bro. Like, you have factions and AI Flood that attacks you, and then you band together, like you said, to fight them, but you also work together when you're infected to kill the surviving factions. Well, exactly. Like, as soon as you become infected, now you're part of that team, and like, you'd be like a countdown timer of survival. Like the last team, or like it's suddenly become like an extraction shooter, where you're just trying to get everyone out of there alive, and if your team gets anyone out of there alive at the evacuation point, whenever the Pelican arrives or whatever, then like they get to win, then they win. So the Flood has to kill everyone on the island or whatever, or wherever the battle zone is, you know, everyone in the city, and they have to wipe everyone out to win. And then so like, yeah, it's like all, yeah, I don't know, it just seems like really cool stuff. It's writing itself, the concepts. Let's see, I think I need a slope here. I can break this apart because I'm not copying it over to the other side anymore. This one needs to go up. But to do it in infinite, we're gonna need flood AI to do all that. We could use Sentinels as a third faction to come in and just try to wipe everyone out, and then it becomes an extraction shooter of trying to get out of the map before the enemy team does or whatever and survive or whatever. And that would work out okay. But, yeah. I wonder if this is collision box is going to smooth that out. It's mostly smooth enough to do it as a block out like that. I can leave that there for a minute while I figure out more of the block out. But yeah. I think it'd be really, really cool. This is a tunnel. Seems amazing how maybe the last stage before extraction, the grave mine comes in. That would be amazing. Just like, or like what if the Floods faction like goal is to create a grave mine? So after you kill someone and they spawn as a flood, you have to pick up their dead body and carry it back to your base and form a grave mine. And the extraction shooter aspect is you have to get all the way across the map, not get wiped out, get to your drop point, and the moment that like the grave mine is built is whenever the drop ships show up. You know what I mean? So like the grave mine, or it'll become a proto grave mine first, and then it'll eventually become a full-blown grave mine. Like the moment that it's a full-blown grave mine is whenever the drop ships show up. So you got to get there and be ready to go. Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah, exactly. It'd be like, yeah, it'd be pretty cool. But of course, we're just throwing stuff out there now. We're just spitballing. Let's see. This thing is definitely way too tall. But I like how it like goes up and feeds into that one. I'm almost wondering if I shouldn't flip these, like thematically, if I shouldn't maybe flip these over. But I might just do one of these at the top and one of these at the bottom, and do like a cool, like I'm doing it like that, right here, and feed into others. Like this one could be here. Same way as that one, you know? And these two could be leading to the upper castle up here. This cliff, by the way, is going to be like the castle. And there's going to be some like stone out here is what I was thinking. But yeah. Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah. But yeah. How big is this? Like, this seems like a really wide walkway. Okay, yeah, it's pretty wide. It's not too wide. It would be too wide, actually, if these were not this thick. But, yeah. Okay, so over here, one of these has got to be an actual hole in the ground, and I think that's actually... Basically, I delete that one and turn it into a roughed up area, because that would be right above... Or kind of make it come around this way. I'll put... Yeah, I'm going to put some of this broken. You know? Like... Let's see, then the Covenant could get... to a stage where they could glass the planet, so it's a rush to either kill everyone in an epic way. Actually, yeah, no, what if the UNSC faction is trying to get everyone to survive, and the Covenant are trying to glass the planet to wipe out the Flood, and so they suddenly, it's like, the UNSC is like an extraction shooter trying to get everyone off. The Covenant are the other way around, they're doing assaults, you know, they want to like, it could just be the ending is a different mission every time. Like, the humans could be trying to deliver a nuke to the grave mine. You know what I mean? Like, you could do all sorts of stuff with this. It'd be pretty dope. Let's see. I don't know where that went. Aww. Why did he do that? Was he just being a meanie? Let's see. They need to hire us. Yeah. Well, I mean, we are creating the biggest scoped Halo game to ever exist. So, you know, this may not even be possible. Like, the net code that would be required for this would be so immense that just keeping the gunplay of Halo still intact with, like, projectile weapons and, like, instead of all hit scan and, like, yeah, see, that ping never disappeared. Oh, this is weird. You see this? What the heck? Yeah, it'd definitely be PC only, yeah, for sure. But it would be like, it would be insane. The cost of this, the difficulty of like programming all of this would be through the roof. So like, yeah, sure, they need to take our ideas and run with them, but also like, this sounds like it would be a nightmare to program, if not impossible entirely. You know what I mean? Let's see, go play mode? Yeah, yeah. Oh, go play mode. Go into play mode so they clear out. I see what you mean. I see what you mean. I don't know what I thought. I was like, I don't understand what you're saying. Call this the go play mode? What do you mean? How does that have anything to do with the flood and and you know, spawning in as a Spartan and etc, etc. Okay. Keeps on getting... No, that's the wrong one. Okay, just copy this one, I'll come snap it in over here. But now I realize that was just being dumb. Let's see. Alright, so you kind of get the idea of this block out. I'm actually blocking this out a lot more than I blocked out, like... I feel like some of these other ones, I feel like the block out is a lot less intricate. But this one feels a lot more, like, involved. Because it's a castle, it's gotta be. It's a much larger structure. Oh, look. Shortcut! Okay, so let's see. This castle... This one down here is going to be like the gatehouse. It sort of goes into a big castle that's going to stretch all the way up, by the way. That's what I mean by this castle. This wall is practically going to be a castle. The back wall of this is just the gatehouse. You come up this ramp onto the roof. It's going to be the base for the players, for this team and all that stuff. But then it's just going to... It's going to be part of what looks like a giant, intricate, like, structure in the wall and stuff like that. That's going to come all the way up here. This is going to be like a tower built onto this enormous castle. So, yeah. Then again, I don't truly know. See, I don't know. I don't think it would be that tough. Just need good servers. I mean, even if it was 100 players with AI, I think it would be doable. I mean, yeah, it's just... Like I was saying, like, it would be, it's about the net code would have to be, like, flawless. It would definitely use servers, 100%, which is what modern shooters do anyway. But, like... The main thing is, like, tracking that many... think about it this way. If you want to understand, like, how much it costs to, like, process that kind of stuff and everything, think of it this way. Every single dynamic object in the game and special effect has to be processed by your computer. Every character is like 100 dynamic objects all at once, right? So, like... You place down 100 dynamic objects into a map in Halo Infinite, and then you play on a network, and you'll see the lag drop, which means they are at the cusp, just barely able to maintain, or I mean, not the lag drop. You'll see the lag start to happen, right? They're at 24 players in the big team battle match. If you then have 100 more dynamic objects, it causes lag. If you have just like one more player above 20, if you go to 25 players, it's going to start causing network. If you go to 26, 27, 28, it's worse and worse and worse. If you start adding AI in there and you start doing all this other stuff, like, I don't know if we're going to be able to, like, whenever you start putting AI into a map, it may not let you go to 24 players anymore with a game mode. Like, whenever you might have to switch a switch in the game mode settings that says AI will spawn on your map. And when you do, it might reduce the number of players down from 24. We have no idea how it's going to happen yet. I'm just, like, spitballing, like, possibilities, because this is, like, we can expect some weird stuff like that to come up because of how limited computers are. You know what I mean? And networks are. Because the fact of the matter is, no matter how fast our internet has gotten, we're still running off, like, copper that's been there for, like, a lot of people are still using copper wires that have been there for, like, you know, a decade. And, like, it's not getting any better, you know what I mean? Like, and, like, a lot of people around the world still are as well, so, like, they've got to go off of, like, the worst network equipment, not necessarily the best, which means the code has to be limited, and then the code ends up getting, you know, it gets held back because of that. So there's a whole bunch of stuff like that involved, that, like, come into play, but, yeah, anyway. It's just a clusterfuck, basically, is what I'm saying, of complication with networking. Let's see. I don't know exactly where I need this to be, this hole, but it's not going to necessarily be identical to the other side of the map. It's going to potentially be a little different. Well, Halo is a bad example just because how poorly the engine was put together with so many issues, but I get what you mean. Well, I mean, the truth is, like, we don't actually know exactly how poorly it was put together because Halo's engine handles more dynamic objects the entire time. Call of Duty doesn't have any projectile weapons at all. They're all hit scan, from what I understand, except for like rocket launchers. It doesn't really count, but you know what I mean. Like, they don't make assault rifles shoot bullets like in Halo 3, for example. It is not a thing that they do. If it's not a like if it's a rifle, it shoots what do you call it? It does hit scan in any way, shape, or form, even machine guns. So basically, what I'm saying is that, like, Halo isn't as bad of a netcode as people put it out to me, as people think it is. It's actually very, very good. It's just that it's the real problem is that probably the real problem is that that's kind of old. Like, the Bungie, like, they keep on, like, okay, it's like whenever you have a team that all know the engine and then they all leave, then you have another team that knows the engine and then they all leave, it just keeps on. I did not copy that one. That happened earlier too. What the heck? I don't even know where that's appearing now. I'm really confused. You see that? It's like it's copying it, but it's not copying it where it's supposed to be. Oh, it's copying it in there? Weird. Anyway, I don't know. It's hard to explain what I'm talking about, but I just, yeah. It's like, for example, Unity's engine. It's the same people have been working on it the entire time, right? For a long time. It's the same guy who had created Unity is still running the whole project, right? That means that he knows the code inside and out. He remembers programming that one part, you know what I mean? Whereas, like, when it comes to the Blam engine, 343 didn't know jack shit, you know what I mean? They knew close to squat whenever they started. Whereas, you know, Bungie did know it, but they were gone. And, like, you know what I mean? And they were consulted a few times from what I understand, but yeah. Well, we do know that it was plagued with subcontractor issues, with harsh deadlines and picking up where others left off without the new people knowing much about the new code. At least rumors about make sense. Hello, Mr. Beetle, you're back. How's it going? At least rumors, but makes sense. Yeah, it's just like basically you could theorize that they could probably make it better, but like just alone, like I said, Call of Duty has no vehicles. Vehicles in Halo, at least, even going back to Halo 1, are like warthogs. These wheels, like all these different pieces that break off, all the damage that vehicles receive since Halo 2, all those pieces are different objects that are all dynamic objects that are linked together in the vehicle, and whenever they break off, they actually like delete the one that's on the vehicle and spawn another one that like has physics. The other one sort of like follows along with the vehicle, but they basically delete the one and then they spawn another one, they make it go flying. Yo, check your mic, I can't hear anything. Oh, really? Huh. Can you hear me, Ripshade, still? Like, did I just do something that caused my mic to go dead? Or is it that my music is too loud and maybe you need to turn up your volume, Mr. Beetle, and I just have my my music too loud or something? So the difference between my speech and my music might be too much. I can hear you fine, Dad. Nice. Let's see. So, basically, what I'm saying is, like, okay, let me just let me spawn in and then damage the vehicle. Maybe it's me. Hold on. Okay. So, like, I blow off this entire wheel because they used to do the hubcaps, but of course now in Infinite you blow off the whole wheel, right? There you go. Instead of blowing off the hub, they blow off the tire because it affects your actual driving. It's a little bit more interesting in some ways. So all these pieces like blow off and then fall on the ground and then like leave behind like holes and stuff like that are actual dynamic objects. If you had the Halo 1 vehicles where the Warthog didn't take any damage, the Ghost blew up and nothing came off it, it just sort of became a destroyed version of the Ghost and was on fire, then the vehicles would take up a significantly less number of your dynamic objects that everyone has to track, right? There you go. There's a piece that flies off. Because that object doesn't need to delete from there, and it doesn't need to be an object that's flying through the air. So because of that, and this will, I think it won't delete as long as I keep on interacting with it, because its timer is based on when it stops being interacted with, if I'm not mistaken. So like I could just sit here and shoot this thing, and it would never delete. It would just stay on the server or stay inside the match forever. Because it's about when you interact with it. Anyway, the point is, every single one of these objects on this vehicle causes it to take up a significantly larger amount of the bandwidth, because it's tracking the location of this and sending it across the network to every other player in my match, right? And they have to know where it is. So that's data going through the cable. And as long as I keep it around, it's going to continue to stay in the match. And that applies to everything else on this vehicle and everything that flies off. So, what I'm trying to say is, Call of Duty has none of that. Not any of it. It doesn't have a single vehicle, and its weapons like disappear off the ground. I can hear you now. Okay, cool. Like its weapons like disappear off the ground really quickly, and like there are none on the ground. This is not here. There's no dynamic. Like whenever you throw a grenade at a weapon in Halo, and it explodes and flies through the air, and then you pick it up. Going all the way back to Halo 1, you could do that. Those are dynamic objects in the map, and it's tracking their location every single tick across the network. Call of Duty doesn't have that. Call of Duty gets to be none of that. Call of Duty spawns you in with your weapon. Your weapon falls on the ground in some of them and you can pick them up. Some of them you can't even do that. Some of the older ones at least. I don't know if I'm pretty sure all of the new ones you're allowed to pick up other people's weapons, right? I don't think they ever took that away. But basically, yeah, you've got you don't just spawn. You basically spawn in with your stuff and that's it, and then like you can kind of unlock other stuff. The point is that if you think about all of the things that are dynamic in a Halo map that have to be told these are its XYZ coordinates, and you're making maps, right? You know all of these things, right? You've got XYZ, and then for position, and then rotation, you've got your yaw, pitch, roll, right? It has to send all of those numbers every single tick for every single dynamic object on the map. Halo is just filling that database, that network connection with all of that info, and it's crazy how much info that actually adds up to. And that's all I'm saying is that essentially like it's really, really complicated how it ends up coming about and how it ends up sort of like, I don't know, working. That it's a lot more complicated than it seems like it should be. But it is, and yeah, I don't know. I could keep going on. I'm sure, but I'm probably reiterating stuff that I probably have already said. So, and you probably are. I'm sure everyone's losing interest in what I'm saying. But yeah. Anyway, that's the point. Somehow I ended up selecting the two wrong ones, but they fit together just right like that. Do you get what I mean? By the way, I just like yeah. Okay, so if this actually comes over here. That probably puts a better gap. No, they're pretty close over here. I don't know. Maybe it should just come over a little more. That's all I mean. Did I just move on X and Y? Yeah, I think I did. You gotta build the Beetle statues next stream. Yeah, right? I really should. Just do something like that. Let's see. That's about the width of these columns over here, right? Or, well, these two... I don't know, I might rearrange them a bit just to make sure that they fit in good spots. Because I think that one would need to be even farther out this way. But yeah, anyway. Yeah. Oh, is she having it? Ah. How are you saying the baby? Gotta... Yeah, okay. Yeah. Alright, I will come help you with that. I gotta get off, pretty much. So, let's see. There's been an emergency. A mild emergency, not a big emergency. Let's see. Let's see if I can snap that to there, and then see if this looks any good. Why is it not coming over to the side like that? So like, yeah, I don't know, it's like, what am I trying to say? It's just really crazy with the dynamic stuff. Whenever dynamic objects get involved, it gets really, really crazy. Alright, what do you guys think of this? All good. AFK stream, let's go right? Let's see. What do you guys think of how it's going so far? Let's see. We've got like, it feels like these guys are like hidden away inside of like the tunnels, you know what I mean? And then these guys are like big and broad and like, you know, bold, you know? Bold and brass. Or like belongs in the trash! The map looks great. Cool. Thanks. That was a SpongeBob reference for anybody who doesn't know, which I'm sure everyone does. There we go. Now it goes across the whole gap. But I'll probably have to rescale that again in a minute when I figure that out. Why is this one so much lower? Oh, that's right. I remember why. Let's see if I do... Ooh, this one needs to get wider too. And then I think this one... Oh, wait. Let's flip it around. So it's the stone side. And we'll snap it to there. Whoop, to there. Right? No, we want it to come out. To there. I guess like that. Yeah, there we go. That looks pretty cool. Alright. So we're getting there. We're getting there. That was a pretty big area to finish blocking out. Not finish, but really close. Let's see, do you have a PlayStation? I do have a PlayStation 4, I don't have a PS5. But yeah, I do have a PS4. Let me grab this rock. I know this kind of rock is really good and big and bold and round. So I can go slap this up here to tighten this path up, because it's really supposed to be a lot tighter, more like over there. And I think I might actually make it a building instead of a boulder, but I'm just going to do a boulder for now, just so that at the end of the stream it's closer to being done over here. And then what I'll do is I'll I'll replace it later, but more importantly for now, it'll be closer to being blocked out over here to where someone could actually like play on here. Because that way I can get closer to that faster, you know what I mean? Which would be cool to be able to do that. I really need to get off, like I said. There's a baby emergency over there involving some mess. So, gotta do that. The music cut off anyway. It's very lame when the music cuts off. That'll work right there. Let's see. That looks pretty good as far as the wraparound portion. And I'll get to go. Okay. Do you play it often? Because I don't. I got one. Oh, let's see. Are you able to show what you did on my map before you get off? I probably won't be able to, because there's an emergency right this second and I'm already stretching it. But all I did was copy over mostly the road. The road, like, it's like a hashtag, road section that's down below. I got up to where, like, the road that leads into the base is there and stuff like that, but I don't have the road that goes up. I don't have the sloped up high portion. It's really a very small portion of the road that I got copied over. But I will copy over. I'll probably copy over more of it, and then, like, later tonight maybe. And then tomorrow, whenever I stream, I'll show it off then. And you'll also get to see it, because you'll eventually get to look at it. Anyway, I should probably get going. But yeah. And, oh, let me see if I've got enough people on Kick to raid someone real quick. I do gotta do that. And see if someone's on. Real Life Spartan's on. We have 3 viewers, not 5, unfortunately. Let's see. Yeah, just 3. I had to refresh to make sure. But yes, it is definitely just 3. So I can't send... Oh, Real Life Spartan's not actually on anymore. Once I refresh, he's gone. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Night-night, everybody. I'll catch you all later. And yeah, it's going pretty well, I think. I don't know if I'm going to do those cannons. Looking at them now, I don't know. Well, a bell tower sounds cool, though. Anyway, yeah. Oh, what about a light tower? A giant fiery brazier up inside there, like the one that Gondor calls for aid, Like that kind of size thing? That might be really cool. The big old fire up there and a flickering light shining out from it on all the area around it. Anyway, I gotta go. I'll catch you guys later. Yes, I love that idea. It sounds great. 4 on YouTube. Yeah, I have 4 people on YouTube and 3 on Kick. Unfortunately, I need 5 on Kick to be able to host someone. Which you probably knew that. I'm just saying that, yeah, it's cool. Anyway, yeah.